Now taking the mound tonight for the New York Yankees will be left-hander Andy Pettitte, making his 5th start of the season. The record of 2-2. He picked up a loss in his first start. In his last start against the Los Angeles Angels, he gave up 5 earned in 7 innings, but the 2 starts in the middle, just 2 earned runs and 15 innings of work. He's been throwing the ball very, very well.
And in steps Desmond Jennings. First pitch of this ball game swung on and a high fly ball driven back into right center field. Back there for it is Swisher in front of the track, and he makes the catch. Swisher about a step from the track made the grab. That first pitch presented by Pinch a Penny. "39-year-old Andy Pettitte. Here's BJ. And the pitch is a strike. And that's upstairs, 1-1.
Let's take a quick look at the scouting report on Andy Pettitte, brought to you by Coventry Healthcare of Florida. He's back. Took last year off, comes back, 242 career victories. Overall record of 242 and 140, outstanding, and cutter mania. He'll throw you everything, but you've got to watch for the cutter. Try to run that in on the hands of the righties, and actually can use that pitch almost with a slider type break where he'll try to back foot it on the right-handers also.
1-2 pitch, and that's upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 6-game road trip for the Rays, covering 2 cities. BJ chops it foul. Rays have won 4 of the 6 games played between these 2 teams, sweeping the Yankees at the Trop in a 3-gamer and dropping 2 of 3 here. One out, base is empty. And that's upstairs. BJ's career numbers have been pretty good against Pettitte. See the standings there. Rays up by a game on Baltimore and a game and a half up on New York. And Upton is out on strikes.
Well, let's take a quick look at the Yankee defense as it lines up behind Andy Pettitte tonight. In the outfield, left to right, Raul Ibanez, Curtis Granderson, and Nick Swisher. Across the infield, third to first, Alex Rodriguez, Derek Jeter, Robinson Cano, and Mark Teixeira. Russell Martin will be behind the plate. Tonight's Yankee defense brought to you by Sweet Base Supermarkets, home of the new Sweet Spot Burgers.
There's Ben Zobrist. And that first pitch is a strike. Ben owns a couple career home runs against Pettitte. 7 of 16 in his career off the veteran lefty. Lifts it toward right center, and Swisher's there for that one. It's a 1-2-3 first. Bottom of the inning coming, no score.
There are a lot of cars out there. Many of them claim to have great this or great that. But what if you could put all of their collective greatness together? That would be one awesome car. The best-selling car in America, even. That would be the new Toyota Camry. Redefining the class once again. Right now, get 0% APR on the all-new 2012 Camry. Plus, get Toyota Care with complimentary maintenance and roadside assistance.
When we work together, it's amazing what we can achieve. And it's in that spirit of partnership that we're making changes for a healthier you. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida is now Florida Blue, and we want to be your partner in the pursuit of health.
How fast is your internet? Chances are it depends. If you only have one device online, you get one speed. But if you have multiple devices and you're streaming video and gaming, you get a different speed. Verizon Fios is different. It's 100% fiber optic. That means it's faster and can handle everything you do online. Fios is America's fastest, most reliable internet, period. Do you have the speed you need? Take the speed test now at verizon.com/up-to-speed.
Rays Baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today for great deals on the amazing lineup of Toyota vehicles. Toyota, moving forward. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Tires Plus. The plus is in everything we do. Well, the Rays will face New York's leadoff man, Derek Jeter, to start the bottom of the first. It'll be Jeter, Granderson, and then Rodriguez. Robinson Cano, the cleanup man, Teixeira and Ibanez to follow. Then Nick Swisher, the seventh hitter. Eric Chavez, the DH, and Russell Martin catching, batting ninth.
Now taking the mound tonight for the Tampa Bay Rays, it's right-hander James Shields making his 12th start of the season, looking to get back into that win column. Last 3 starts, an 0-2 record, ERA just over 5.
And Jeter starts the night running third in the American League in hitting with an average of .336. And the first pitch, 1 ball, no strikes. Shields' lifetime 5-12 against New York. Chopper to short. That's Elliott Johnson. His throw is on the money. 1 away.
Now let's take a quick look at the Rays defense as it lines up tonight in the outfield. Left to right, Desmond Jennings, B.J. Upton, and Hideki Matsui. Across the infield, third to first, Sean Rodriguez, Elliott Johnson, Ben Zobrist, and Carlos Pena. Jose Molina will be behind the plate. Tonight's Ray defense brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarkets, home of the new Sweet Spot Burgers.
Hideki Matsui in right field, with Jennings back and playing left field. 1-0 the count to Curtis Granderson. Pitch is down, 2-0. You saw he's making his first start in right field since the 19th of April in 2008, when he started as a member of the Yankees against the Orioles in Baltimore. He had been utilized sparingly in right field during his time in New York, and all of it on the road in terms of starts. He did play some right field at home for the Yankees in a game following that 19th of April start in 08. He started in left and moved to right. 10 days later, a game home against Detroit. Base hit through the shift, and Granderson is aboard.
So what part of that surprises you?
Nothing really surprises us when it comes to the way Joe Maddon will deploy his defense and the way he will put together his lineup. Pure creativity.
Yeah, that's the way that they do it. I guess I'm surprised he's not at shortstop and hitting for him. Well, you could see that shot right there by Granderson getting back to the game. That was where you have your defense set up perfectly, and James Shields misses location on the changeup, and he's able to rip it through. I don't care how many of you guys got over that way. If you hit it that hard, good chance it's going to find its way into the outfield.
There's Alex Rodriguez. And the pitch is down. In regard to the Rays lineup, both offensively and defensively tonight, I ran into Davey Martinez, the bench coach for Joe Maddon, who had both lineups, and we were comparing those lineups. He said, well, the Yankee lineup, he said, that's pretty standard. There's no creativity there. He said not like our lineup. There's always creativity going on there. The Yankee lineup fairly standard. And the Rays do not disappoint tonight with that lineup.
They make it fun.
Yes, they do.
I mean, you come in and how many times will I sit down and you're like, have you seen our lineup tonight?
Guess what? Guess who's where? A 2-0 count to Alex Rodriguez. Chops it foul.
No, and I'll tell you one thing. The reason that the Rays to this point have been able to get away with those kind of lineups and get away with the fact they're not catching the baseball the way that we're used to seeing them catch the baseball is that pitching staff and its dominance. If it wasn't for that, who knows where this ball club would be.
Yeah, it's really amazing when you look at the defensive breakdown the Rays have experienced. And this one to the backstop. There you go.
Well, yeah, because that right there, you got to anticipate a ball in the dirt, especially on the changeup. And Jose Molina, instead of going down to block it, this ball is hitting right in front of the plate. Instead of dropping that glove down, the arm down, squaring yourself off, and trying to block that ball and keep it in front of you, he tries a backhand. Well, I mean, that's a tough play, and you got to come up with it cleanly and perfectly. Didn't happen. Runner in scoring position.
And it's a 3-1 count to Alex Rodriguez. And there is ball 4. So Rodriguez is aboard. So they charge Shields with a wild pitch on that move up. So that's what you were talking about there. The Rays with the American League lead when it comes to team ERA, but they've given up a ton of unearned runs, and they're still in first place because of that pitching.
It's amazing. I mean, you look at, the Rays have not lit up the scoreboard with the batting average, but they've always had that pretty good on base percentage offensively and scored enough runs. Well, they're even slipping back in those categories. Obviously, fielding has not done them any favors this year, but you see that 3.41 coming from the starters, the relievers, and you can still find yourself in first place in this division.
Yeah, the Yankees are threatening here. Ground ball off the glove of Shields, and everybody's going to be safe. Deflects over to Sean Rodriguez, but by the time he got there to pick it up, there was no play. The ball sharply hit. Shields unhappy that he couldn't field it cleanly because it would have gotten him out of the inning.
That's exactly right. And this ball was hit pretty hard. It was a breaking ball, curveball right there. That one hop, yeah, that was going to be a tough play. I mean, you can see Shields just threw his glove down there, hoping that ball goes into it. It doesn't, and then, of course, ricochets to a spot, a dead spot in the infield where nobody can make a play.
So that's a base hit for Cano. Bases are loaded for Mark Teixeira. The pitch is a strike to him. Teixeira hitting .253. Rays shift for him. He's out in front. 0-2.
Good job there by Shields, starting him off with a curveball, then coming back with that changeup.
That's a hard change.
It sure is.
At 87.
Yeah, because you're right. You usually see Shields in that 84, 85 range. I'll guarantee you the blood's pumping right now, though. Bases loaded,
Yeah.
First inning. Ball's coming out of the hand hot.
Shields and Teixeira's matchup. The 0-2. Blocked by the Rays catcher, Molina. 1-2. Granderson's at third. Rodriguez at second. Cano at first. Shields trying to get out of this first inning jam, only one away. And strike 3 is called. He started that pitch wide, and it cut over the plate to catch Teixeira looking.
And there's absolutely nothing to complain about if you're Mark Teixeira. That was a great pitch by Shields. Looked to be the backdoor cutter. That ball's right there. It's at the knees. It's over the plate. Fox Tracks agrees with us. It's got to be a strike.
2 outs, and here is Raul Ibanez. Ibanez has hit 9 home runs, 29 runs batted in. His first home run of the year came against Shields. That was opening day. And the Rays eventually won that game 7-6. But Ibanez hit a 3-run home run off a Shields fastball in the 3rd inning of that game. Pitch low. Molina had it roll in behind him and quickly popped on it, moving Dana DeMuth, the plate umpire, out of the way.
Yeah, very fortunate here. Breaking ball by Shields goes down. That ball almost, if that gets just a little further down, that ball hits the dirt. You saw the legs were open to Molina. That ball would have squirted right through the 5-hole.
Yeah, he got just a little resistance on that to slow it down, and then it actually hit Dana DeMuth's left foot.
Now, tough spot here in the 1st inning. Shields just 1 out away. You got to really bear down, make some pitches here, get out of this inning and feel real good about yourself and what you're able to do, if you can agree on a pitch.
Well, Molina and Shields want to make sure that they are in agreement. They're getting close to getting out of this spot, not out of it yet, and they don't want to give away anything. And so he started him with a breaking ball, remembering his success against him on a fastball. One-0 pitch. That's away. 2-0. And I'm out in front. It's another hard change at 87, but he still had Ibanez out in front.
Well, and a gutsy pitch too. Bases loaded, a 2-0 count. And James Shields, you see how he feels about his changeup. He'll go to it in those odd counts.
He misses down. 3 balls and a strike.
Now you may see it right here too. You start to narrow down the pitches that Shields has. Another fastball and a 3-1 count, or do you go changeup, curveball, cutter? Maybe not. You might see that changeup here.
Well, it's the pitch he throws most often. And a ground ball back of second, but the Rays defense falters again. Positioning was good. The throw to first low. Granderson had scored. Rodriguez comes in to score. Cano goes to third. The Rays were out of the jam, save for the bad throw to first.
Well, Shields comes back with the fastball. He gets the 1-hop ground ball right into the teeth of the defense. And you wonder how much of the defensive miscues are starting to become mental, because that was as easy as it gets. 1 hop, you got all day, and Elliott Johnson kind of gator armed the throw. He didn't really step into it. He kind of flipped it over there, really didn't get anything into that throw, and it ended up way short.
So the inning will continue. It's a 20-plus pitch inning now. 2 runs have scored. And here's Swisher. The pitch outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, you just wonder, how long can this go on with this defensive situation facing the Rays?
It can't. I mean, you keep figuring this is going to be the day they go on the run without the errors. They're too good, but
2-0.
You know, you talked about the percentage, high percentage of the runs unearned. Well, there's 2 more.
Yep.
The second game in the Baltimore series was a game that could be linked to the defense.
Well, for 5 years running, 4 or 5, the Rays had allowed the fewest unearned runs. Not now. Swing and a miss. A big cut by Swisher.
Now watch Elliott Johnson really not step into this. So he's got all day. The ball was hit hard, and he just kind of flips the ball over there. That's not a real hard, aggressive throw. Little sidearm flip, and you saw how short it was. That makes it even for a very tough scoop attempt for Carlos Pena.
There's a strike to Swisher. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, when you get confidence guys out in the field, they're going to step into that throw and they're going to let it fly. I mean, they're going to put something on it, little hair on it, and throw it over there. When guys start to mentally doubt themselves, or they're in a little bit of a funk, or it becomes a mental issue, that's what you'll see. I'm trying to get it over there, and there's not that aggressive arm action.
And a high shot down the left side that's tailing foul, out of play. And in this case, it happens to be Elliott Johnson. You don't focus on any one guy because it's happened all over the field. It had happened to Evan Longoria before he was hurt. He got off to a slow start defensively. That started in the spring and carried over into the regular season.
Yeah, this is not an indictment on that gentleman right there. It's more of, and we've seen that a lot on throws. Throws that barely get there. How many times has Carlos Pena saved a guy?
Yep. And there is strike 3 call to retire the side. Swisher out of there. 2 unearned runs scored. 2-0 New York.
The temperature is rising, but the prices are falling this month at Buddy's Home Furnishings. With pre-leased laptop computers starting at only $49.99 a month. Buddy's also has some other cool deals on window AC units, flat screen TVs, and furniture. Stop in and see our great selection of quality name brand products from Ashley Furniture, LG, Dell, Acer, Whirlpool, and more. And remember, Buddy's has a payment plan to fit your needs. For info, visit BuddyRents.com or call us toll free at 1-855-3-BUDDIES.
For me, there's only one test of metal.
Energy means something different to all of us. That's why the FPL Online Home Energy Survey was designed with you in mind. Energy powers our lives in so many different ways, whether we use it a little or a lot. The FPL Online Home Energy Survey helps you find ways to save money with a personalized plan that provides energy-saving tips and recommendations for FPL programs and incentives, all based on your unique patterns of energy use. Visit FPL.com My Plan and take the survey today.
It's depot time.
I'm Tony Stewart.
And I'm Office Depot. We save you time. Depot time.
I'm all about fast.
As a NASCAR driver?
As a business owner.
We've got new, faster technology.
Affordable?
Low prices every day.
That'll save time.
Depot time. Plus in-store technicians.
You fix computers?
Next day, guaranteed.
Wow, you're like a small business pit crew.
To save you time.
Depot time.
That's our job. Do you mind giving me a ride?
It's depot time. All laptops and desktops on sale like this Lenovo, just $399.99.
We go to the second inning. And Hideki Matsui is going to lead it off here for the Rays, being announced to this New York crowd. So a polite welcome for Hideki Matsui here. Hitting clean up against the left-hander. And the pitch, a curveball to him, low and away. A couple of home runs since joining the Rays. And the pitch is a strike. Well, you know how successful he has been throughout his career, right down the middle between lefties and righties, and this year just 8 at-bats against left-handed pitching, 2 out of 8.
I mean, just oblivious to who's on the mound, where he's hitting at.
Look at that for his career. 285 against lefties, 285 against right-handers. Fouls it back. Well, Joe Madden says he's in the cleanup spot because he has a flair for the dramatic. As we take a look at tonight's Buick GMC Player Spotlight, he certainly had a flair for the dramatic when he played here for New York.
World Series MVP in 09, 140 home runs, 20 of those coming against the Tampa Bay franchise, and that 292 average here in New York. How about the fact that it was 292 here in Yankee Stadium, 292 on the road? Amazing. Just give him a bat and put somebody on the mound, right, left, and he's going to hit you. Right,
you know what you're going to get.
That's right.
Yep.
There's something to be said for that, especially when it's good.
2-2 and a ground ball by the mound, picked up by Jeter in the throw to first, and Matsui is the first out here in the second inning. You can see him trying to leg out that ground ball. He certainly ran it out, and we touched on that briefly before. He is moving well. He had knee issues at times, has had issues with both knees, but they appear to be fine. One out. Here's Sean Rodriguez getting a start at third base against Pettit. 1 ball, no strikes. One and one. There's 2 unearned runs between 2008 and 11, so that would be 4 years, 8, 9, 10, and 11. The Rays allowed the fewest earned runs in the American League. And right now, they've given up the most earned runs in the American League this year. Second in the majors, only to the Giants. 3-1 to count.
Well, that shot right there at James Shields, hopefully a good sign. You don't want to get him frustrated early in the game.
Foul ball into the mid of Martin. 3-2.
As he very well could be after what transpired, how close he came to getting out of that bases loaded situation in the first, only to give up 2 runs.
Did he go? He did not. Ball 4. Sean Rodriguez draws the walk, and the Rays have a base runner with 1 out in the second.
Well, that was awfully close, and that's the way Andy Pettit will use that cutter. He'll try to keep it on the same plane up by the hands, but then he'll bring it down in the zone and try to get the swing. Sean Rodriguez, that good replay right there shows that he did not go. Good call.
Now it brings up Carlos Pena, who's hitting 6th, and he's had a great deal of success in his career against Pettit. One swing of the bat could tie this game. Pitch covered up by Martin. Here's a look at some of that success. 6 career home runs. Almost half the hits he's collected. He's 13 out of 40 against Andy Pettit. 6 of those home runs. One ball, 1 strike.
Well, we know the Rays like to be active on the base paths, but this is a situation here where you got to be careful with Andy Pettit on the mound. Tremendous pickoff move. He's got 99 career pickoffs. Sean Rodriguez has got to be aware and make sure that he's not stealing a bag, that he better be going home before he starts to get into that secondary.
Going to move over there. Now Pettit will hang that leg out there and make you guess. If you guess wrong, you're dead.
Or if you get complacent mentally. He has that good move where he comes over very, very late. That is not the good move. That's where he will set you up with a move like that. And then all of a sudden bang out the A move and you're done.
Yeah, he's trying to get you to retain that in your mind's eye and then be surprised the next time he goes over. There goes Rodriguez. A swing and a miss, and the throw is not in time. Head first, Rodriguez in with his 3rd stolen base in as many attempts.
Now, the one thing that the Rays base runners do very well when they're stealing second base is they get to the outside edge of the bag. Here's the throw by Martin. It's going to be a little bit to the third base side. Well, it was a little bit short, but when you got to reach that far, you see Jeter's in front of the bag. He's got to scoop it and then reach back because Rodriguez goes to the back corner with the left hand. Makes for a small target and a far away target.
Yeah, a throw on the bag has a chance to get him. But if you've got to carry the ball back, you got to catch it and then take it back. That takes a lot of time, relatively speaking, in a stolen base situation.
When you're breaking down an exchange by tenths of seconds, you can't waste any.
Cut to miss. Pena is out on strikes. Second strikeout for Pettit.
Well, here it is, just yanking that pitch down in the zone. You got to protect with two. Good late movement, and he gets the strikeout.
It's going to be Luke Scott. He's the top RBI guy on the club with 35. And he takes a fastball around 90 for a strike. Pitch cutting away from him.
Oh, that's nasty. That pitch right there, Andy Pettit taking some miles per hour off. Same pitch he got Pena with.
A 2-strike count. Covered up by Martin, rolling in behind him, but no attempt to move by Sean Rodriguez. Yeah, the action on that pitch, the second strike that Scott missed that moved away from him, had velocity almost like a slider, because his cutter can be a little harder than that.
Yeah, his cutter was 86, 87, so he's either taking something off the cutter and trying to throw it down in the zone, or he's throwing a more traditional slider. It could be either way, but regardless, yes, it looks like a lefty slider. Absolutely.
Swing and a miss. He got him with a fastball. Scott's out on strikes. Bottom of the second coming, 2-0 New York.
There are a lot of cars out there. Many of them claim to have great this or great that. But what if you could put all of their collective greatness together? That would be one awesome car. The best-selling car in America, even. That would be the new Toyota Camry. Redefining the class once again. Right now, get 0% APR on the all-new 2012 Camry. Plus, get Toyota Care with complimentary maintenance and roadside assistance.
Chili's Triple Dipper lets you create your own bold dinner. Choose 3 appetizers from 10 choices, like our new cheesesteak sliders made with shaved steak, grilled peppers, onions, cheese, and a side of dipping sauce. Chili's Triple Dipper.
I've been growing oranges my whole life, ever since I can remember. My name is Paul Fabry, and I grow oranges in Florida for Tropicana. My grandpa taught me that there's no orange like a Florida orange. They're grown in just the right soil with the perfect amount of sunshine. See? That's how you get that beautiful color and ripeness. Tropicana Pure Premium is made with 100% Florida oranges. Because the best oranges make the best juice.
It's that moment when everything slows and you can finally stop for a minute or a lazy afternoon. When you count time and gulps and grill marks, bowlfuls and bottle caps, and all you can do is relax and enjoy. It's game time, and you're in the sweet spot. Head to the Sweet Bay Butcher Shop today for our ready-to-grill limited edition Sweet Spot burgers. Bottom of the second coming from New York. Tonight's Rays game presented in high definition, brought to you by H.H. Gregg. Eric Chavez leads off, fouls the first pitch right back out of play. Chavez, the designated hitter, batting 8th. And the lineup for Joe Girardi. Pitch started wide and missed. Breaking ball. It's 1-1. Dana DeMuth shakes his head no on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Long first inning for Shields, giving up 2 unearned runs and making 28 pitches. Fly ball short center. It's B.J. Upton making the catch. 1 away.
Now, if you're James Shields, you go right back into attack mode. Almost 30 pitches in that first inning. You got the bottom of the order up here. You come right after him, try to have yourself a quick second inning and get on a little bit of a run.
Well, and we saw him in the dugout smiling with Molina. And I think your observation is very important. And it was a good thing to see. That's almost, well, is exactly like if you're in a tough spot, and the Rays want these pitchers sometimes, particularly the young ones, to learn to not let the game speed up, to step back, refocus a little bit. Well, maybe that's what was going on in the dugout right there, because it doesn't do you any good to dwell on what happened in the first. You got to go out and get these guys out in the second inning.
Well, it's so tough to pitch. You have to play this game really because it's based off of failure. But it's so hard to pitch mad. I mean, you've got to have a clear head, think ahead, put together sequences, move the ball around, just be clear thinking. And if you're out there angry, throwing angry pitches, that's a way to get hurt and hurt.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
You know, sometimes you talk about a guy pitching angry because he's attacking and coming right after guys, but there's a clear thought behind it. He's not out there mad at the world. You know, you do that.
Well, your attention is divided. It's all over the place, and you're not focused. And a check swing, foul ball. Count remains 2-2.
And I'll tell you what, if you're James Shields in that first inning, that you wouldn't blame him if he went in there. And
he thought he had 2 opportunities to get out of that, and he was mad at himself. It was a hard hit ball that came back to the mound that Robinson Cano hit, but Shields thought he should have grabbed it. There's a line drive and a base hit over the head of Elliott Johnson. So Martin is aboard with a 1-out single into left field. Bring out your friends, family, and coworkers and become a member of the Group Leader Rewards program. Earn rewards like a free suite, a Matt Moore autographed baseball, and much more. Visit RaysBaseball.com/Group Leader or call 855-GROUP-TB. Now the top of the order. Derek Jeter. 1 on, 1 out. Jeter hit the ball on the ground at Johnson his first time. Move to first. Martin the runner.
Well, that was James Shields' version of his C move.
Yeah. Now remember this one, he says.
That's right. Slow with
I'll
my
get you with the
feet.
other one.
I got a big long wind up. Oh, you're good over there.
A little quicker there. Going to be a cool evening here. The temperature is 63 degrees at game time. Forecast calls for it to drop into the 50s. This is June the 5th, by the way.
And you're still 1 step ahead of the game with a nice little sweater there.
Just on quick move there. Just following the lead of David Price there. If you saw that shot we had of David, he's prepared for the cold. Another quick move to first.
Yeah, that's the good one there. Russell Martin able to get in, but you're making him aware. Should be already, though.
Shields getting the crowd a little restless with those moves to first. Outside now to Jeter. It's a ball, no strike count. Ground ball down to third. Nice pickup. Rodriguez goes to second. 1. Zobrist to Pena 2. 5-4-3 on a nicely turned double play. Third, second, first. On to the third. 2-0 New York.
Blue Man Group, now with more wow. Which means you'll still see things like this, but now you'll also see this and this, but you won't see this. And this is right. Blue Man Group, plenty of this, and now with this. Blue Man Group, now more wow.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
I'd rather take the Titanic.
It takes brains.
The mysterious island.
It takes brawn.
I think I just made it worse.
It takes teamwork.
Getting the attention of a woman is one of the hardest things to do.
Well, tell me.
Do this. The peck pop of love.
Journey to the mysterious island. Movies start at channel 125.
Important medical alert for Zoloft users. If you or a loved one use the prescription drug Zoloft before or during pregnancy and have a child born with a birth defect such as atrial septal defect, ventricle septal defect, tetralogy of Fallot, transposition of the great arteries, or hypoplastic heart syndrome, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation and future medical expenses for your child's condition.
Call 1-800-258-6214.
Time to file a claim is limited.
Call 1-800-258-6214.
Tune in for Rays Live postgame after every game only on Fox's Sun Sports, where Rays fans live.
You're watching Fox's Sun Sports.
Matt Joyce not in the lineup today against the left-hander Andy Pettitte. Joe Maddon has been complimentary about Joyce's work lately against the lefty, but here's why he did not start him tonight.
With Matt, we've been trying to place him against the right left-hander. It's been really been paying off. He's been a lot better. And again, that's based on our research on a nightly basis. It's nice to have him on the bench, coming off the bench for that right particular moment against the appropriate right-handed pitcher. And you can't play everybody.
Joe says he wasn't sure whether or not Matt would get a start in the finale of this series against CC Sabathia. And guys, kind of a humorous scene in the Rays clubhouse today, early before the game, as Andy Pettitte deals to Jose Molina here. Kind of a scene out of Rudy, where, remember, Dan Devine didn't let Rudy suit up for that last game, and then all the players went in and put their jerseys on Dan Devine's desk. Same thing happened today. All the players, when they saw Joyce wasn't in the lineup, one by one put their jerseys on Joe's desk and said, we want Joyce in there. But Joe didn't relent. That kind of shows the looseness with this group. Guys, back to you.
Shows the creativity of that lineup that we talked about earlier. I mean, it's really amazing. I've never been around a club like that. It's an amazing experience.
I do like the jersey gesture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not quite movie-like, though, apparently, in the end result.
So this foul back. Well, it's interesting. We've had some conversations in the past week or two about Matt wanting to play more against left-handed pitching, and he has started to do that and has responded. But Maddon has said throughout all of that, what he said again tonight, that he wants to spot him, start him against some of those lefties, and not start him against other lefties that he feels might give him a little more difficulty. And so he's not in there tonight.
Well, and I would think, too, that, Joe, knowing his players better than we do, better than the fans do, is maybe you don't want to run him out there against those tough lefties for fear of, things start to go south and he starts to get into a mental funk, which affects his entire game. Because at the end of the day, you'd love to see him out there in his production, lefty or not.
Yep.
I mean, because, a tough lefty, whatever, this team is screaming for offense. And Matt Joyce, last time I checked, is one of your better offensive players. So you'd love to see him out there, as well as obviously his teammates and him.
Swing and a miss. Molina out on strikes. So that's the third consecutive strikeout, fourth of the night for Pettit. As we take a look at tonight's Bay Area Acura Dealers Inside Look. Take a look at this, the season versus lefty and righty starting pitchers. The record, one thing, and those other numbers, something else. Well, why not? Why wouldn't it be that way? I mean, a strike to Johnson. Look at that. 23-12 against right-handers, but they're actually averaging a little, 0.2 of a run less against righties than lefties.
Average?
All the way across the board, almost. On base percentage lower.
Slugging's a wash, but not the record. Hey, you know what? The Rays way. We talk about it all the time. Of course it is.
When we talked about this team, people are scratching their heads all over. How have they been able to weather the injuries to key offensive parts of this team, and then watch the defensive breakdown that they've gone through? And here they are, a third of the season now, and the team's in first by one full game. Elliott taps it foul, 2 strikes. It's really been an amazing stretch, and you've got to hand a lot of that to what the pitching has done. And the pitching has been good, and it really has been as much about the ability to get key strikeouts. Here's a swing and a miss. And Johnson is out number 2. You know, the hitters do strike out. They continue to strike out more than ever before. That's just a trend in the game. But the Rays pitching staff, they have probably over half of their guys are strikeout pitchers. And that really helps when your defense is not giving you what you normally expect to get from it. 1 strike to count to Desmond Jennings. It's a tap foul.
Well, go through the starting rotation. You got James Shields coming into the start tonight at 74 strikeouts in 73 innings. David Price, a strikeout guy. Matt Moore, when he's on, he's going to blow people away. Jeremy Hellickson can get him when he needs him.
Yeah, in his own way.
That's right. He's not going to go out there and be a guy that racks up double digits, but he can go for it when he needs to.
Into the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and at least half the bullpen is that way, maybe more, but starting with the backside, the back end of the bullpen there with Fernando Rodney. Jake McGee's been outstanding. Wade Davis can get a strikeout in that bullpen. And Pettit strikes out the side. That's 5 consecutive strikeouts here by Pettit. 2-0 New York.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Hey guys.
Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
How fast is your internet? Chances are it depends. If you only have one device online, you get one speed. But if you have multiple devices and you're streaming video and gaming, you get a different speed. Verizon Fios is different. It's 100% fiber optic. That means it's faster and can handle everything you do online. Fios is America's fastest, most reliable internet, period. Do you have the speed you need? Take the speed test now at verizon.com/up-to-speed.
Tune in for Rays Live postgame after every game, only on Fox's Sun Sports, where Rays fans live.
2 unearned runs for New York in the first. They lead the Rays 2-0. Bottom of the third coming. For all the latest updates on your Tampa Bay Rays, log on to tampabay.com. From the diamond of the clubhouse, we bring you in-depth news, stories, and scores 24 hours a day, only at tampabay.com, powered by the Tampa Bay Times. There's Curtis Granderson. First pitch is a strike. This one is down. It's 1-1. Wave and a miss. Granderson out in front. Curtis Granderson singled. Scored the first of 2 runs on the error in the first. Did he go after that one? Jose Molina. A little running conversation going with Dana DeMuth on that one.
And he may not have gone, but he got a good look at it. Leaning out across the plate, watching that ball.
2-2. Ground ball to the left side. That's Rodriguez. So Sean, the only man on the left side out of the shift, throws him out from the normal shortstop spot. Score that 5-3, and I'm going to put a little circle and put a 6 in the middle of it. So he hit it right to the normal shortstop spot, thrown out by the third baseman on the shift.
Well, you know what? The way that Joe Madden and the staff are kind of revamping defense now, the number of shifts that they've used far and away above everybody else in the game, you may be retooling the way to score ball games.
Well, if you're going to keep track or be somewhat accurate, we attempt to be somewhat accurate, you're going to have to document it somehow.
Well, I mean, I would agree, because you look at some of the, especially with Toronto, when Brett Lowry, they put him out in right field.
Yeah.
Some of the, you look down and you're like, I swear that my coffee was just coffee. I couldn't have possibly put that down. That doesn't exist in the game.
Doesn't make sense. That's right. 2 strikes to count to Alex Rodriguez. He lifts it high into right field. Matsui, a step on the track, and now back on the grass, makes the catch. Again, Matsui out there in right field. And here a little less spacious and right for Matsui. Jennings coming back and playing left field anyway, and so Hideki gets the start in right. First time he's been in right field since the 29th of April of 2008, and the first time he started a game out there since the 19th of April in 2008. Robinson Cano takes strike. Cano hit that hard comebacker to Shields in the first inning. And Shields got a glove on deflected and was a little upset with himself for a moment there, thinking that had he been able to glove it, he could have started a double play on that to get out of the inning. But you really can't fault him for not grabbing that. That was a hot shot comebacker. One to count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shields started his career against the Yankees really struggling. The first 7 starts he made against this team, he went 0-6 with a .686 earned run average. But in the last 15 starts, the earned run average has been 3.4. High pop up. That's Pena, and Carlos takes care of it. 1, 2, 3 go the Yankees. We head into the 4th. 2-0 New York.
Menu looks great. We're gonna need like 1 million more. Steak and Shake prices plus 2012 equals set in stone. Set prices on our entire menu all year long. Steak and Shake, just no equal.
How does this family help reduce America's dependence on foreign oil? Simple. They use natural gas everywhere they can. Since America has enough clean, efficient natural gas to last well into the next century, they've joined the nearly 2 million Floridians who enjoy natural gas every day. Go to peoplesgas.com/enjoy and see if you qualify for up to $1,750 in rebates. Tico Peoples Gas has the energy for the future here and now.
Reel in big cash with the new Guy Harvey scratch-off game from the Florida Lottery. With over $11 million in instant cash prizes, you just might land a winner. Enter your non-winning tickets at FLALottery.com in the Sportsman's Paradise Second Chance Drawing on June 6th.
Catch the Rays take on the Marlins on Father's Day, Sunday, June 17th for Papa-Palooza. And then see ZZ Top, Three Doors Down, and Gretchen Wilson. And hear hits like Sharp Dressed Man,
Every girl crazy about his sharp dressed man.
Legs, Kryptonite, and more. Visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets today.
From Yankee Stadium tonight, the Rays and the Yankees move this game into the fourth inning with B.J. Upton ready to lead off. Zobrist next, and then Matsui. The curveball, that's a called strike. Andy Pettitte has struck out 6, including Upton in the first. He has struck out the last 5 hitters in a row. 1-1. That started with Pena in the second. He got Pena and Scott swinging in the second. Molina, Johnson, and Jennings all swinging in the third. And a one-hopper that gets away from Jeter. Tried to play it just a bit to his left, and it rolls in behind him.
Yeah, that ball was hit so hard by Upton, you wonder, and Derek Jeter, if he had much of a choice. That ball was scorched. Let's take a look. That's all you try to do is just get down and play the hop. Trust your hands. I think that ball may have gotten him right in the thumb. You could see, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Yeah, that was a hard hit low liner with great top spin on it. Tough to corral. Upton has a base hit. Zobrist takes the pitch down. The Rays have their first hit of the game. Zobrist lifted a fly ball to right center field in the first inning. Lays off this pitch wide. 2-0. Well, Andy Pettitte, 39 years old on the hill. He'll be 40 in the middle of this month, in 10 days, on June the 15th. Upton, the runner at first. He's third in the American League in steals with 11. Caught twice. And he draws the throw again from Pettitte. Yankees coming off a 9-game road trip, and they got a win. Phil Hughes threw a complete game. 3-0 now. Both the Rays and New York had the day off yesterday. The Rays coming off an 8-4 win over the Baltimore Orioles Sunday at the Trop, and got a very well pitched game from Matt Moore. 6 innings. There's a strike. 3-1. Zobrist overall batting average has been down this year, but that on base percentage has been good. He's drawn a lot of walks. He's gotten on base. A little number to the right side. And B.J. Upton's had a couple of hot streaks and a couple where he'd struggled a little bit. And he's done his work in bunches, but their numbers are pretty comparable. In fact, Zobrist has a higher on base percentage, and he's driven in one more run than B.J. Upton. And at first glance, you'd think, well, is that true or not? You know, B.J.'s been a little more dramatic in what he's accomplished offensively this year, but when you look at the overall numbers, they're pretty comparable.
It's the real life tortoise in the hare.
That's it. Full count to Zobrist. B.J. is opened with a base hit. Ground ball down to third. Rodriguez takes it to Cano and over to first for the 5-4-3 double play.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. The ball off the bat, you're saying to yourself, Ben Zobrist is a hustler. There's no way they turn it, but watch Robinson Cano on the turn. How smooth and quick. Ball's gone. I mean, it's gone and it's right there just in time. You know he's going to be going hard. Tell you what, glove to hand to throw. That was pretty smooth.
Here's Matsui. Pitch is inside to him. So the leadoff single he raced on a double play. Fly ball toward the line and left. Ibanez over there. He makes the catch, and the Rays are finished in the fourth. Bottom of the inning coming. Still 2-0 New York.
We're here for the go-getters. The heroes of the long haul and always on call. For over 50 years, go-getters have been going to O'Reilly Auto Parts because we're here when they need us, doing whatever it takes to help them get what they need and get back on the road. Turning that problem into a problem solved. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better prices every day.
Dish Network claims they have more HD channels than DirecTV. But what Dish doesn't tell you is that 24 of their HD channels are only in high def, part of the time. So with Dish, when you turn on your flat screen, you might get HD, or you might not. DirecTV now has over 170 HD channels, all in high def, all the time. The most full-time HD channels. Another reason 30 million people agree. Don't just watch TV, DirecTV.
Important medical alert for Zoloft users. If you or a loved one use the prescription drug Zoloft before or during pregnancy and have a child born with a birth defect such as atrial septal defect, ventricle septal defect, tetralogy of Fallot, transposition of the great arteries, or hypoplastic heart syndrome, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation and future medical expenses for your child's condition.
Call 1-800-258-6214.
Time to file a claim is limited.
Call 1-800-258-6214.
You're watching Fox's Sun Sports, where Rays fans live.
2-0, bottom of the fourth coming. New York leading this game. Let's get the answer to our AT&T trivia question. Two of the top three picks in the '93 draft are at Yankee Stadium tonight. So can you name them? We'll give you the question first. Of course, that usually precedes the answer in this arrangement.
Most of the time. Although, you know, been known to do things a little differently in the booth and on the field.
Here's Mark Teixeira. He swings and sends a high fly ball towards center. B.J. Upton tracks it and makes the catch. One away. give you another hitter to think about that AT&T trivia question as Raul Ibanez steps in. Two of the top 3 picks in the 1993 draft are here at Yankee Stadium tonight. Can you name them? Baseball's amateur draft going on here over the last day or two. Raul Ibanez takes the pitch down. 1 ball, no strikes. New York got both the runs in the first unearned. They got a base hit from Martin in the second. Shields retired the side in order in the third. Teixeira's retired here in the 4th inning. There's a strike, 2-1. The Rays making their draft selection, their first pick. That's a strike. We're taking Richie Schaefer, a third baseman out of Clemson. And there are a lot of observers who feel that he might be one of the top 2 hitters in this year's amateur draft. So they are, I think, pretty happy to have him.
And hear that he has power ready to serve.
And ball 4 is wide. So Ibanez draws the walk. He's on for the second time. Let's get the answer to our trivia question. AT&T, 2 of the top 3 picks in the 1993 draft are here at Yankee Stadium. Can you name those 2? Alex Rodriguez and Brian Anderson. How about that?
How about that?
Yep.
I think they got it right. I think they got the order right, don't you?
Well, I would list them the other way around myself, but that's just me.
Well, I appreciate it. You and my mom. The rest of the free world probably would lean towards the guy named Rodriguez.
1 strike to count to Nick Swisher.
Can you recall the second pick, D-Wayne? I know that you're a student of the game.
Yeah, but I'm going to have to think about that for a little bit.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you
right now.
Right now. Darren Dreifert.
Oh, yeah.
Darren Dreifert went to the Dodgers. Did everything in college. I mean, he was one of those guys who was going to go out and pitch and win just about every game, rack up strikeouts. He hit 20-some home runs that year. Made him a perfect fit for the National League.
So what do you remember most about that day?
My good buddy Chris Murphy pranking me as the draft started. Yeah, thought it would be funny to call me from the kitchen from a number I didn't recognize to let me know that I'd been drafted. I don't even know what he said. All I know it wasn't official, and that was about it.
And you went for it? Did you go for it?
Yeah, for a second until I saw the big monster come out from the kitchen at 6'8". So I'm like, oh, okay, makes perfect sense. If you're not in the room, something bad's about to happen.
Line drive into right, charged by Matsui on 1 hop. He grabs it. Ibanez goes to second, stops there. Swisher has a single with 1 out, 2 men on.
Well, the one thing I do remember, though, is that it's nothing like it is now, the draft. And here's the pitch here to Swisher. That just looked like a cutter that just stayed out over the plate. Swisher's right on it with that swing and lines it out to right field. Yankees with a little something going here in the 4th. But now they have the draft where, held at the, well, I'm not sure where it's held. All I know it's held. There are official representatives there. Picks are made. Bud Selig is there. It's a big deal. Before it was, you cleared the phone lines and hoped somebody called you shortly after the draft started.
Yep.
And if you were a later round pick, you may not hear till the next day or the day after that.
Derek Chavez, this one is down. I think it's a great thing that they've made. They've increased the profile of that draft. They do it out of the MLB Network studios over in New Jersey, and I think it's fun for everybody involved. It's good profile for the players, and the teams and the game itself.
I absolutely agree, because most of these guys, especially at the prep level, they're going to have their moment in the sun being drafted that you may not hear their name again for 3 or 4 years. They go down and start busting it in rookie ball, A ball, and working their way up, and it gets to be pretty anonymous down there in the minor leagues.
2-0 pitch to Chavez. 3-0. Well, you have a keen appreciation, as we all should, but you lived it, and you know how difficult it is. You beat the odds just to be drafted number 1. And then if you're going to be drafted high, you've really beaten the odds. To play pro ball, you again have beaten them, and to get to the big leagues, boy, have you beaten them. There's ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Todd Callis has more on what has transpired in the Major League Amateur Draft. Todd?
Day 2's over, guys, and 15 rounds through. But here's a look at the guy you guys were talking about right there. The Clemson Tiger third baseman, Richie Schaefer, said he really enjoyed watching Evan Longoria the last few years, and kind of is one of the guys he patterns himself after at third base. You can see the nice diving stop in the arm there. 25th overall pick. Some of the guys in the last 10 years who have been 25th overall include Mike Trout of the Angels and Matt Cain of the Giants, guys.
Looking on the bright side there, that would be pretty good. Foul ball by Russell Martin.
We've seen, well, the prospect that Mike Trout is, the tools that he has, brings to the field. And then Matt Cain, of course, the last couple of years is a starting pitcher out there for San Francisco, dominant.
A bases loaded situation with 1 out. Down to third, foul. Well, Thompson makes the play down there and distributes the souvenir.
Well, another tough situation. James Shields working hard here to get to 0-2. Now is when you're going to go for that strikeout. You want that more than anything in the world, although if he wants to just barely dribble one somewhere, you'll take that ground ball double play too, but this is where you try to put him away.
There's a shot hit high and deep into right center field. Matsui's going to run out of room. And opposite field, grand slam on an 0-2 pitch. Russell Martin shot that one over the auxiliary scoreboard and into the stands adjacent to the bullpen. That, just like that, makes it 6-0.
Just a mistake. You don't see James Shields make too many mistakes like that, and that's all it was. And not trying to do that, you're up 0-2, and he fires this thing, and that ball stays up and away, and Martin puts a nice swing on it and pushes that ball right out into right center field a few rows deep.
Now Jeter shoots one up the right field line. Twisting foul, out of play, strike 1. Fourth career grand slam by Martin. His 5th home run of this year. Jeter fouls it, getting a little piece of Jose Molina.
You know, the only thing I can think of that James Shields was trying to do right there is pump a fastball up and away, that if you're going to get a swing, it's going to be way out of the zone, and he's probably going to miss it, or a good take up on that fastball, then come back with the changeup. However, regardless, that ball did not get to its desired location, and it was costly.
Ground ball right side. Bobbled by Zobrist in the outfield. And now Jeter is aboard.
Well, I think there's no question at this point it's become a mental block, not just in one guy in particular, but as a team. This is just a couple shuffles to your left. You're going to see a good, didn't have to go far. It's going to give you a nice bounce right there. I mean, that's as routine as it gets at the major league level, right here.
Yeah, and you're talking about a guy who has been as good as you get in right field or at second base. That's a big part of his value. Second error of the night committed by the Rays. Granderson takes it low. 1 ball, no strikes. Baltimore with 51. The Rays have committed 2 tonight and now 48 on the year. One and one to count. Granderson fouls it. So it extends the inning just that much longer here. Jeter at first with 1 out. Ground ball right side. That's Pena down to second. 1 back to first. Not in time. Sean Rodriguez coming over from his third base position there with the shift on. So Jeter is forced at second base. That's actually a 3-5 play. The third baseman taking the throw.
Well, Carlos Pena good on that short hop to Sean Rodriguez. That's about as quick as you can turn it. Just Granderson getting down the line. You know, and Dwayne, you point something out that I think is pretty important. Is it's not just the unearned runs and extra base runners, but that the quiet, the silent killer, if you will, is that pitch count.
Yep.
How many pitches after the errors do you have to make, and how many innings does that then cost you in the long run? Adds to the strain on the bullpen. You know, James Shields last year threw, and I'm not sure the 11th start, but through 10 starts last year, had 3 complete games. This year, none through 11. You know, he's throwing more pitches per inning. That starts to add up, over 2 pitches per inning. So you start to talk about over the course of 7 innings, you're getting up in that 14, 16, 17 pitch range. Well, that's why you're not able to get to close them out. That's why that 110 pitches is now 130.
Well, and that's what you really mean when you talk about good defense to protect good pitching. I mean, you're not asking them to make spectacular plays night after night. You're asking them to play proficient defense so that your good pitching doesn't have to be overextended. Even good pitching gets tired. And so whether it's your starters and or your bullpen, one of the two or maybe both, that's the problem. It's the workload eventually catching up over the course of a season.
Right.
Of all those extra pitches and extra innings leading to all those extra unearned runs and distressing situations that you have to try to get yourself out of. That's the other element. When you're under the gun all the time, or more frequently than you normally would be because of errors behind you. I mean, how many times in a game can you expect a starting pitcher to pitch out of jams? 3-1 the count. 3-2.
Not all pitches are equal.
That's right.
Not all pitches are equal. You can go out, breeze through 7 innings, hitting all your spots, throw 100 pitches, and that's a different 100 pitches than 4 2/3, working out of trouble, constant base runners, under duress. Those 100 pitches take way more of a toll than the 100 pitches of 7 after 7 smooth innings.
Yep. 3-2 and a tap back to the mound. He's off balance, knocks it down, picks it up and throws, and that will take care of New York. But Russell Martin hits a grand slam to the opposite field. We're through 4 and it's 6-0 New York.
Nowadays, people seem to want it all. Responsive power with great gas mileage. Technology to help with phone and music. Quality that can't be beat. In a word, value. We couldn't agree more. So now we're offering the powerful, efficient 2012 Explorer for just $29,105. Explorer, capability without compromise. Drive one at your Southern Ford dealer.
When it comes to patient care, we think about treatment and recovery. How losing weight through bariatric surgery means gaining more energy. How treatment at our Children's Medical Center means hope for the whole family. and how reversing the effects of a stroke means moving forward with special plans. At Tampa General Hospital, our award-winning care treats the illness and restores the spirit. Tampa General Hospital, trusted for our expertise, chosen for our care.
How fast is your internet? Chances are it depends. If you only have one device online, you get one speed. But if you have multiple devices and you're streaming video and gaming, you get a different speed. Verizon Fios is different. It's 100% fiber optic. That means it's faster and can handle everything you do online. Fios is America's fastest, most reliable internet, period. Do you have the speed you need? Take the speed test now at verizon.com/up-to-speed.
You're watching Fox's Sun Sports.
Rays down by 6. We go to the 5th. Sean Rodriguez, then Carlos Pena and Luke Scott. Another high pitch count inning for James Shields, 29 in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch to Rodriguez inside. So he made 28 in the first when those 2 unearned runs came in to score, and 29 in the 4th in a 4-run inning. A breaking ball for strike 1. Andy Pettitte making his 5th start for New York this year. It's a foul ball, 1-2. Coming off a 5-1 loss his last time out on the road against the Angels. He pitched 7 innings in that game. In fact, he's pitched into the 7th inning in all 4 of his starts. 6 1/3. First time out against Seattle in a 6-2 loss. Then 8 against Cincinnati and 7 against Kansas City. Down to 3rd. Rodriguez to Teixeira, 1 out.
Well, tonight's game and all season long, Tires Plus will donate $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida.
Here's Carlos Pena. Carlos out on strikes his first time. That started a run of 5 consecutive strikeouts for Pettitte, who has 6 strikeouts total. And a miss on the breaking ball.
Now you're so geared. He likes to pound that fastball away to the lefties, that cutter / slider hybrid sort of breaking ball. And then all of a sudden he comes back, takes even more off, and drops in that curveball.
Ground ball. That's going to go through the right side, the base hit. So the Rays collect their 2nd hit of the night. Pena, who's had great success against Pettitte, is 1 for 2 tonight. Well, how about this? When Andy pitched against the Rays and part of that against the Devil Rays, 15-4 through his first 24 starts since then. 1-2 in 6 starts with a 639 earned run average. Things changed after that 2008 season.
Oh, that's exactly right. The Rays became a threat within the division on the national scene.
Pitch to Luke Scott to strike. That's one thing that Joe Madden said from the very beginning when he took over this club. If they were going to be legitimate, they were going to have to play inside the American League East and take on the powers in the East and beat them in season series. Ground ball to first. Teixeira down on one knee, makes a throw to second to get the force. No return throw. Pena's forced on the toss to Jeter. And the Rays have done that in the East, and they've been able to beat the Yankees and the Red Sox. Stay with them in the season series, stay with them at Yankee Stadium and at Fenway.
Well, you know what was interesting is I got a unique perspective, because obviously trying to come back and play in 2008, got to be part of that spring training where these things were talked about, you know, during drills. And then the game that I blew out and everything ended was the game that we got into the fight with the Yankees in spring training over at Al Lang. And Johnny Gomes and Shelley Duncan and that whole dust up. And that was part of the, you know what, we're here. We plan on being here. We know we're good enough. And let's bring it on. And then you can remember the fight with the Red Sox and James Shields and Coco Crisp. And, you know, and that was one of those serve notice that we're going to be a player. They've carried that on the last few years.
Want to know the count to Molina. And the off-speed breaking pitch missed. 2-0. Well, the Rays have been able to do that. And they've run into a defensive issue so far this year that has created a hardship. 2-1. That and injuries. Been a lot of injuries throughout the division and throughout baseball. There have been some significant injuries suffered by clubs. And that's part of what goes on. This one is down. The actual number of trips to the DL to this point in the season actually lower than it was a year ago. But when you're in the middle of a situation where you lose a Longorian for a long time, Jennings, and the guys the Yankees have lost, the Red Sox have lost, it seems as if you're suffering injuries like you've never suffered them before.
And a lot of high-profile players.
Yeah.
You know, not only within the confines of those three teams, but around baseball in general. A lot of big names going down, and so it exacerbates the problem or the thought of, you know, the injured list and how expansive it is.
And the pitch is down for ball 4. Well, Scott will go to second. Molina takes first on the walk. Time for the Just for Men Auto Stop Foolproof stat. You can see American League East and records within the division. The Rays have the best record of any of the teams in the division inside the AL East. 17-12 coming in. Baltimore a game over 500. The Yankees at 500. So as the Rays are counting on playing well inside the tough AL East, you can count on Just for Men Auto Stop for foolproof results.
Now, how about that? The two teams on that list with the most games played in the AL East, Baltimore and the Rays at 29. Yankees just 18.
Elliott Johnson looking at a strike. Well, if you can win inside your division, that's the key to success. Elliott fouls it back. A 2-strike count. Rays down 6 runs here tonight. We're in the top of the 5th.
Now, Andy Pettit got Elliott Johnson swinging on a cutter that was up and out of the strike zone, over the hands, up and in his last at bat. He went back to a similar area to get to strike 2.
And he strikes him out. Same thing. That pitch had some cut on it. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 6-0 New York.
Today, with the swipe of a comb, the last gray-haired man on Earth disappeared.
This is how the gray era met its end. Just for Men Auto Stop. It's a breakthrough. No mix, no mess. It just combs in. And the formula shuts off at just the right color for the perfect look every time. It's foolproof. New Just for Men Auto Stop. Gray is over.
Bob. Oh, hey, Alex. Just picking up some brochures, posters, copies of my acceptance speech.
Great. It's always good to have a backup plan in case I get hit by a meteor.
Wow, your hair looks great. Didn't realize they did Photoshop here.
Hey, good call on those mugs. Can't let them see what you're drinking.
You know, I'm glad we're both running a nice, clean race. No need to get nasty.
Here's your honk if you had an affair with Taylor or yard sign.
Looks good.
FedEx Office. 50% off all poster packages.
Start your weekend June 15th at Friday Fest when the Rays host the Marlins. The first 10,000 fans receive a Joe Madden bobblehead. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com. Experience the Rays.
Fox's Sun Sports is your home to experience the Rays, a team of champions. Hard-hitting baseball all season long, live on Fox's Sun Sports, where Rays fans live.
Rays Baseball is brought to you by your local Southern Ford dealers, by Checkers, Feast On, and by your Bay Area Acura dealers. From New York, first game of the 3-game series. James Shields over 80 pitches here as we open the 5th inning, and Robinson Cano takes a big cut, strike one. Cano singled in the first, popped to first his last time up. That was in the 3rd inning. Fair ball by the diving Pena and up the right field line. Matsui plays the carom out of the corner, and Robinson Cano has a double, his 20th double of the year. 20 doubles here for Cano.
Well, the Rays as a team have just 74, dead last in Major League Baseball. Robinson Cano 20 by himself, and boy, does a nice job of keeping that ball fair. That ball is in, actually a little bit off the plate, sure looked like. He's able to pull the hands through and get it by the diving Pena.
Mark Teixeira. Teixeira has struck out and lifted a fly ball to Upton in center field. Bounds it back. And a pretty good cut at the fastball over the plate. Tracks this one low. 1-1. Cesar Ramos loosening in the Rays bullpen. Foul ball moves Mick Kelleher, the first base coach. 1-2 the count on Teixeira. Back over the mound. The pick up and throw to first in time. Cano goes to third. Elliott Johnson throws out Teixeira out of the shift. Watch the Rays circle the bases, then catch world-renowned DJ Afrojack drop some base on Friday. It'll be June 15th after the Rays play the Marlins. He'll spin all his hottest tracks like Give Me Everything and Take Over Control. Get your tickets and on-field passes today at RaysBaseball.com. They're going to walk Ibanez intentionally. So Ibanez will go to first to set up a first and third. And Nick Swisher will bat. Swisher has struck out and has singled, scored a run on the grand slam. Want to know the count to Swisher. Two and nothing. Shields touched for the 2 unearned runs in the first, and then Martin at the grand slam in the fourth. Cano has opened the fifth with a double. He's at third with 1 out. Moved up on the ground ball, and a shot into right field toward the corner. It's going to hop off the wall. Cano has scored. Ibanez goes to third on the Swisher double. That makes it a 7-0 game. Swisher's second hit tonight, his 34th run batted in. He is the top RBI guy in this lineup for New York.
You put yourself into a tough count at 2-0, and Swisher again right on that pitch, hooks it down into the corner. A lot of top spin, not able to get it out, but up and off the wall. Cano comes home, and Yankees still left with runners at second and third.
Infield comes in. Eric Chavez taps it just to the left of the plate. Foul, strike one. Four runs batted in for Martin, one for Swisher, and the other 2 runs scored on the first inning error. Two strikes. Shields with a couple strikeouts tonight. He's given up 3 walks, 7 hits now. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Count still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Alex Cobb will make the start tomorrow night for the Rays against Ivan Nova. We'll be with you at 6:30 on Sun Sports for the middle game of the series. Same start time on Thursday. 2-2 the count to Chavez. Alex Cobb, after his 3rd win, is 2-1 right now. Nova 6-2. Then David Price faces CC Sabathia here Thursday night. The Rays then move into interleague play with a trip to Miami. Ball 3. Full count. Joe Madden's face says it all right now. Shields on the verge of making his 100th pitch of the night. 1 out, 2 men on here in the 5th. And it's popped up. Zobrist takes care of that.
Well,
2 outs.
That's exactly what you're looking for if you're Shields. You got Eric Chavez there reaching on that changeup way out in front. Hits a pop-up that's going to stay in the infield. No advancement by the runners.
Well, Martin had singled in the 2nd inning before he hit the opposite field grand slam. It's foul outside of 3rd. Strike 1. Grand slam came on an 0-2 pitch. His 4th career grand slam. Yankees have been averaging about a half a run a game more than the Rays. And the Rays have had the better pitching. New York coming in averaging 4.70 runs a game, and the Rays 4.26 runs a game. And coming out of the Baltimore series, the Rays had put together the best team ERA in the American League. 3.41, and the Yankees 8th at 4.07. The Yankees have played much better defense than the Rays. 2-2. Inning started on the double by Cano. He has scored. And a foul that's headed out of play. Well, the Rays, with their errors, have victimized themselves and their pitchers. Look at that individually. Unearned runs allowed. Shields tops the list with 9. Matt Moore with 7. Hellickson on that list with 6.
I mean, that's 60% of your starting rotation. Right at the top of the list for unearned runs. And yet, for the most part, they've persevered and been able to pitch through it. Pretty incredible.
It's a 2-2 count to Russell Martin. Down to short. The throw in time. 6-3 on the put out of Martin. The run scores. We're through 5. 7-0 New York.
It's honest. I'm ticking those boxes. I make up like Speedy Gonzalez. Vito, I liar. Think I'm on fire. Lawless, look at your faces. Two sides don't make me hate this.
Life should be equal parts responsibility and fun. Introducing the new Acura ILX. Move up without settling down.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
He was the most brilliant CIA operative until he went rogue.
I've been waiting a long time for this.
Frost is on the loose.
Do I make you nervous?
You're not gonna get in my head.
I'm already in your head.
Go to channel 125 and watch the first 10 minutes free. Safe House. Now playing on DirecTV Cinema. Weeks before Redbox and Netflix. Movies start at channel 125.
Important medical alert for Zoloft users. If you or a loved one use the prescription drug Zoloft before or during pregnancy and have a child born with a birth defect such as atrial septal defect, ventricle septal defect, tetralogy of Fallot, transposition of the great arteries, or hypoplastic heart syndrome, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation and future medical expenses for your child's condition.
Call 1-800-258-6214.
Time to file a claim is limited.
Call 1-800-258-6214.
You're watching Fox's Sun Sports, where Rays fans live.
Well, the Rays' trouble tonight started in the bottom half of the first. Ibanez hit the ball that Elliott Johnson threw away. It appeared the Rays might get out of that inning, but 2 unearned runs scored. And then in the 4th inning, Russell Martin hit the opposite field 0-2 grand slam. So we go to the 6th. It's the top of the order. Desmond Jennings takes a strike down around the knees. Run scored in the 5th inning for New York. They have 7 runs, 7 hits. Desmond breaks his bat and lines it foul into the seats back a third.
You know, we've seen that pitch from Andy Pettitte a couple of times tonight. He got Sean Rodriguez on a ground ball to third. He's thrown it a few other times, but it almost looks like he's starting to drop down a little bit, trying to go low and away. It was the changeup maybe right off the end of the bat for Desmond. New lumber.
Chips this one foul, third base side.
You know, it may be subtle, but you can definitely pick up a little bit of a change in the arm angle with Pettitte from that pitch to anything else, the curveball, the cutter, or the fastball.
And the pitch misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sometimes, as we touched on earlier, it can be difficult to determine the difference between a slider or a cutter in that regard. Jennings golfs that pitch as it moved in on him.
See, that's what Andy Pettitte does too, is he'll run that cutter, and guys are so cognizant of the cutter in, that you almost saw he just froze Desmond with that fastball away, working both sides.
It goes away again right there.
But look at the last 2 swings from Desmond Jennings. And granted, he's trying to stay alive, but you get the cutter down and in that he's just swinging for his life, try to foul it off and keep the bat alive. And then the fastball away. You saw Andy Pettitte just mouth there to Russell Martin. They want something backdoor.
And it stays outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Sometimes you can use that as a way to speed up a pitch. The hitter's not looking, just mouth to the catcher what you want to do.
A foul off the front of the dugout. Well, it's in and out, in and out.
Well, and you haven't seen too many comfortable swings.
Yep.
You know, reach, protect, reach, protect.
And the count is now full. 3-2.
Well, what you have seen here is a nice at bat by Desmond in extending his chance.
That's what a hitter wants to do, and if he can get it to 3-2.
And 1 mistake maybe.
Oh, he comes back and makes a great 3-2 pitch right there. All of the in and out. He battled, he got it to 3-2, and then Pettitte said, well, how about this one?
There you go. I mean, right there, picture perfect on the outside corner. You're Desmond Jennings. You're like, well, what's it going to be? Is it going to be the fastball away, the backdoor breaking ball? Is he going to try to cut it into my hands again? Well, he picked wrong.
First pitch to BJ. That's a strike. Tap over the mound to second. Cano has it. His throw to first. 2 up and 2 down. For all the latest updates on your Tampa Bay Rays, log on to TampaBay.com. From the diamond of the clubhouse, we bring you the in-depth news, stories, and scores 24 hours a day, only at TampaBay.com, powered by the Tampa Bay Times. Ramos up in the bullpen again. And the pitch to Zobrist is a strike. Been 0 for 2, grounded into a double play in the fourth. Fastball in. 1-1. And a chopper. Rodriguez cuts in front of Jeter to make the throw. 1, 2, 3. Go the Rays in the sixth. 7-0 New York.
All right, so what's with the everybody who plays gets a trophy nowadays? Since when does just showing up qualify you as a winner? Well, in the truck game, there's only one winner. Ford F-Series, America's #1 brand of trucks for 35 years straight. 35 years. Ford F-150, Ford Super Duty. Game over, baby.
Drive a new 2012 Ford F-150, America's best-selling truck for 35 years. Now starting at just $23,985. See your Southern Ford dealers today.
Mine was earned off Vietnam in 1968.
Over the South Pacific in 1943.
I got mine in Iraq 2003.
USAA auto insurance is often handed down from generation to generation because it offers a superior level of protection and because USAA's commitment to serve the military, veterans, and their families is without equal. Begin your legacy. Get an auto insurance quote. USAA. We know what it means to serve.
From the sidewalk bistros of St. Pete to the sleek high-rises of downtown Tampa, one newspaper covers all of Tampa Bay. And now it has a name as big as the region. You'll still find lots of neighborhood news, in-depth storytelling, amazing photography, taste-tested recipes, and fun things to do. The Tampa Bay Times. New name, same great newspaper.
The Rays look to continue being beasts in the AL East. Tampa Bay heads to the Big Apple for a high-profile battle versus the New York Yankees from June 5th through the 7th on Fox's Sun Sports, where Rays fans live.
7-0 New York as we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. The Rays have something for everyone this Father's Day on Sunday, June 17th. The first 10,000 kids 14 and under will get a David Price jersey wallet presented by Grow Financial. Then after the game, Gretchen Wilson, 3 Doors Down, and ZZ Top take the stage. For tickets, visit RaysBaseball.com.
That's a big day.
It's a great day of entertainment.
Yes, it is.
Tough to beat that.
No, Cesar Ramos going to come in here for the 6th time in relief of James Shields. The 1-0 record, 2.25 earned run average, just 8 innings of work, but a very good opponent's average.
So the left-hander takes over, facing the top of the order. Derek Jeter. Granderson next, and then Rodriguez. On the ground to first. Carlos Pena steps on the bag. Well, James Shields tonight worked 5 innings. Made 109 pitches, 5 earned runs of the 7 total in 3 starts against the Yankees now. 16 innings and a 7.88 earned run average.
Well, James Shields will have to go back to the drawing board. Really, the big pitch tonight was the mislocation on the 0-2 fastball to Russell Martin. Bases loaded. He's probably trying to go up and out of the zone to get a chase, and it didn't get there.
Granderson takes a curveball for a strike. 3-1 now. 63 strikes out of 109 pitches for Shields. Home run, a wild pitch, 4 walks, 1 intentional with 2 strikeouts. 7 runs total, 5 earned. 2-1 to Curtis Granderson. Rays start the day in first place by a game over Baltimore, and a game and a half on New York. 3-1 now to Granderson. Baltimore at Boston right now. They're in the top of the 6th, and the Orioles have taken a 3-2 lead. Roller to short. Throw in time. Granderson's out of there. Johnson to Pena. 2 up and 2 down. Here's Alex Rodriguez. Baltimore scored 2 in the 3rd, Boston 2 in the 5th, and the Orioles are running the 6th inning to regain the lead, now 3-2. The Yankee third baseman walked and scored in the 1st, otherwise nothing out of 2. Pitch is down. The Blue Jays are on the road against the White Sox. They're tied 1-1 at the top of the 3rd at Chicago. One ball, 1 strike.
And what would be a game without Jose Molina getting dinged up?
Yep. That's a common occurrence this year.
Well, what could it be this time?
Yep, he got him
right on the outside of that elbow.
That's right. Got him with the bat.
Didn't even catch him solid. Sometimes the grazing blow is the worst.
The 1-1. It's out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. Cesar Ramos. Good job to hold this Yankee offense and see if the Rays can get something going. Try to chip away at a sizable deficit here in the bottom of the 6th. And he's out on strikes. Got him with a curveball. 1, 2, 3. We go to the 7th inning. 7-0 New York.
With refined styling, the 2012 TL is meant to be seen. With a premium 8-speaker sound system with iPod integration, it's meant to be heard. And with an available 305 horsepower engine, it's most definitely meant to be driven. The Acura TL. Aggression in its most elegant form.
Visit your local Acura dealer. Luxury, intelligently priced.
I always loved watching the kids play basketball. Still do, though things have changed. They can't find jobs, and I can't afford to retire. And now we're all living together again. I supported President Obama's agenda, but he spent like our country's credit card had no limit. $4 billion deeper in debt every day. How will my kids pay that off when they can't get jobs? Tell President Obama, cut the job-killing debt and support the New Majority Agenda at newmajorityagenda.org.
It's Depot time.
I'm Tony Stewart.
And I'm Office Depot. We save you time. Depot time.
I'm all about fast.
As a NASCAR driver,
As a business owner,
we've got new, faster technology.
affordable,
Low prices every day.
that'll save time.
Depot time. Plus in-store technicians.
You fix computers?
Next day, guaranteed.
Wow, you're like a small business pit crew.
To save you time.
Depot time.
That's our job. Do you mind giving me a ride?
It's Depot time. All laptops and desktops on sale like this Lenovo, just $399.99.
You're watching Fox's
Nothing Yankees as we head to the 7th inning. Time now for our text poll question. How many games a week would you like to see the Rays put Hideki Matsui in the lineup? TB1, 1 or 2, TB2, 3 or 4, or TB3, 5 or more? Matsui leading off this inning. Joe Madden said before the game, guys, that it would be a challenge for him to try and figure out ways to get Matsui in the lineup, especially with Desmond Jennings returning. He did contemplate DHing him tonight and putting Matt Joyce in right field. He also said it would be a challenge to find a way to get Scott or Matsui at bats, especially in that Marlins series with no DH. Guys, back to you.
And he also said that it's too bad that Matsui couldn't play third base. So that might help the situation a little bit. Well, he's got him in right field, and that's a spot he hasn't played much out there tonight. And hitting cleanup. Pitch is the ball. The 7th inning underway. 1-0. Andy Pettit with 90 pitches on the night. And he throws a strike at the knees. 39-year-old lefty facing Hideki Matsui. Matsui is grounded to short, hit a fly ball into left, and shoots it up the right side, foul. One and two. Count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, that was a good take there by Matsui. Andy Pettit really threw that cutter, slider, hybrid, kept it in the zone for a long time.
Pitch popped up to Shera. Foul territory, handles that. Here's Sean Rodriguez. Sean walked in the 2nd inning and picked up a steal. Hits a little roller off the end. And Teixeira handles that unassisted. 2 gone.
Well, Rays fans, win your chance to gain all access for 2 to the June 29th Rays versus Tigers game at Tropicana Field. Get an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour with Sun Sports. Log on to foxsportsflorida.com and click on the Rays tab for official rules and to find out how to enter. That'll be fun. Dwayne, we can open up our world to them.
You think?
Well, I think we should.
Okay. All right.
They may be scarred, but we should do it.
Swing and a miss by Pena. Pena is 1 for 2. Here's a base hit in the 5th. Oh, 2 the count. Big foul ball straight back. Not much doing here against Andy Pettit tonight. Rays had a base runner in the 2nd inning on a walk to Rodriguez, left him. Left 2 men on base in the 5th. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And 8 strikeouts tonight for Pettit. .242 major league wins for Pettit. He's 102 games over 500. And a swing and a miss. Pena's out on strikes. 9 for Pettit. Bottom of the 7th coming. 7-0 New York.
You guys should Vanna White the Chevy Florida All-Star.
What's Vanna White?
Gesture to the mirror caps, the side step, and the shiny badge. Don't touch the chrome.
Okay, thanks. We'll just talk about the $1,500 option package discount.
Visit your local Chevy dealer today. Now qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a 2012 Chevy Silverado Florida All-Star or trade in an eligible vehicle and combine trade-in allowance with other discounts for a total value of $5,500.
Americans are always on the go. And with high-quality gasoline and great-tasting snacks and drinks, we've got what it takes to get them where they want to be. We're Valero, one of the nation's largest producers of fuel, and we're helping keep America moving.
Be sure to log on to foxsportsflorida.com and stay informed on your favorite Florida teams. Don't forget to like us on Facebook for automatic updates. foxsportsflorida.com.
Catch the Rays take on the Marlins on Father's Day, Sunday, June 17th for Papapalooza. And then see Three Doors Down, ZZ Top, and Gretchen Wilson. And hear hits like Kryptonite. It's Not My Time. Sharp Dressed Man and more. Visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets today.
You're watching Fox's Sun Sports, where Rays fans live.
Bottom of the 7th inning coming from Yankee Stadium tonight. 7-0 New York. Before the Yankees come in to hit, let's check in with Todd.
Today at the MLB Fan Cave, Dwayne, we had Matt Joyce joined by a couple of Yankees, Robinson Cano and Curtis Granderson, and a Dodger, Matt Kemp. They were all getting ready for the first results of the All-Star ballots, and here's Matt Joyce talking about last year's All-Star game and what do you remember?
You know, actually it was kind of weird because my first at bat was against Jurgens, and coming up through the organization with the Tigers, we actually lived together in Double-A, and so my first at bat was against a guy that I played with and lived together, knew really well, you know, coming up through the minors. So definitely a unique experience. You know, I had to do everything I could to not laugh and kind of chuckle about it, but something I'll always remember.
Joyce last year was voted in by his peers. Here you see the fan voting so far. The first results released today. A lot of Rangers and a lot of Yankees on there, and Prince Fielder leading at first base as well. Guys, back to you.
And of course the game, the All-Star game, Midsummer Classic on Fox. It'll be July 10th. Robinson Cano opens the bottom of the 7th inning, breaks his bat, fouls that pitch up the right side, strike one.
I don't know about you, but I'll be watching that game with the grill fired up.
Yep, absolutely. It'll be here before you know it.
I know.
Just a little over a month.
A couple little rugrats running around.
Sounds like a plan.
It does. Smell it now.
Teixeira will be next, and then Ibanez. Ramos to Cano, and he picks up the corner.
I'll tell you what, Cesar Ramos is coming here with some pretty good stuff. That curveball, very sharp right there. He struck out Alex Rodriguez on a curveball and has done a nice job of keeping that fastball with a good angle down in the zone.
This pitch is down. There's action in the New York Yankee bullpen. A 1-2 count. Pettit has been very good tonight for New York. 7 innings. And that's going to be foul outside of first. Holds the count at 1-2. And that one got him. Cano trying to hang in there and then get out at the last moment. So it hits Cano, and the ricochet, I think, got Molina, of course.
I mean, this is uncanny. First of all, the ball in. Gets Cano, shoots immediately down to the left. Got somewhere maybe on the outside of that elbow where he was hit by the swing of Alex Rodriguez, or at least after the follow through on the way back up, that bat nicked him. Now that was a twofer.
So they'll make sure Cano's all right at first, make sure Molina's okay behind the plate. Now Teixeira batting from the right side, rolls it towards short. The glove toss, and it's mishandled. Johnson to Zobrist. Everybody's safe.
Now here you go. Taylor-made double play. And they get nobody.
Well, the attempt with the toss from the glove, and that sent Zobrist reaching down across the bag. So it's first and second. Fielder's choice and an error. They're going to charge Zobrist with the error. Yeah, I disagree with that.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. You've got, the ground ball. Elliott Johnson gloves it. He's flipping it to Ben Zobrist. Zobrist is on the bag and forces him to reach at an odd angle. And the ball off the end of the glove. I don't know if you can give this air to Ben Zobrist.
No, you can't give that to Zobrist.
Absolutely not.
So the Rays charged with their third error. Here's Ibanez. The pitch is a strike. Bounced foul, 0-2. So the Rays now have committed 49 errors on the year. Breaking ball that stays up and in. Ibanez ducking the pitch. Nobody out, a hit batter, and the fielder's choice and the error. And a slow breaking ball gets him on strikes.
Boy, you're not kidding. That was very close to breaking the 70-mile-an-hour barrier. Slow hook. You see it got him on the break and the speed.
Well, we'll see Nick Swisher turn around and hit from the right side. Swisher 2 hits, 2 out of 3 left-handed tonight, including an RBI double in the 5th inning. He singled and scored on the grand slam in the 4th. Pitch is a strike. 196 from the right side with a home run. 34 runs total now. He breaks his bat, pops it up right side for Pena, and just fair. Pena takes care of that. The barrel into the bat winds up down at third. He had just the handle left.
Here it is, that ball. You see, Swisher looking everywhere. The barrel, the handle, where'd the ball go?
So 2 men on with 2 men out now. And Andrew Jones will pinch hit for Chavez. Jones, the right-handed bat against the lefty. And he starts it with a curveball for strike 1. Comes right back with it. Took something extra off of that one. Again, 0-2.
Well, a couple of really nice curveballs here that Captain Jack Sparrow started off Andrew Jones with. Who knew?
Fly ball to the left. Jennings is there. Desmond makes the catch. 2 men left. An error in the inning. No runs. On to the 8th. 7-0 New York.
Have you ever made the best of a bad situation? Maybe gone and taken something yours for the taking.
Life should be equal parts responsibility and fun. Introducing the new Acura ILX. Move up without settling down.
Little ones, come out and play. Off with your shoes, run free. Use your outside voices. Go, build your monuments, unearth your treasures, for you are explorers, and youth is not to be squandered.
Visit stpeteclearwater.com.
Clean the mess, find the shoe. Where are my keys? I have no clue how to plan the family fun. There's just no time. I'm on the run.
Find family fun fast at tampabay.com/things-to-do. Or keep up with the fun while you're on the run with the free tampabay.com/things-to-do app. Get special deals and discounts right on your phone. Now available at the iPhone App Store.
That was easy. I saved time and I didn't spend a dime. With a click, I'm Supermom. Thanks a lot, tampabay.com.
7-0. Andy Pettit back to the hill for New York. Don't miss the Rays annual broadcast auction Wednesday, June 13th. Fans will have a chance to bid on one-of-a-kind Rays experiences, even a trip to the All-Star game. Proceeds benefit the Rays Baseball Foundation and Tampa General Hospital's Children's Medical Center. Visit raysbaseball.com/broadcast auction for more details. Nine strikeouts tonight for the 39-year-old left-hander. He'll make pitch number 100 here to open the 8th inning, and Luke Scott takes it for a strike. Luke 0 for 2.
Andy Pettitte has been sensational tonight. Look at that. 20 pitches in the second inning, but everything else very efficient. He's been good with all of his pitches to both sides of the plate and has really had the Rays hitters uncomfortable.
That's a strike at the knees, 0-2.
And I think none better than that at bat with Desmond Jennings, where he just worked him in and out, and Desmond did his best to foul pitches off and extend his at bat, and then gets frozen on a perfectly placed fastball down and away.
Yeah, that was a 10-pitch at bat. In and out, and that last pitch was perfect. Did Scott go? He checked. 1-2. New York with 7 runs tonight, 7 hits. The Rays have no runs, 2 hits. And Scott is out on strikes. So Pettitte hits double figures.
You know, that's another one of those at-bats where he goes up in the zone to get ahead of Luke Scott with a couple of strikes, and then he just doesn't miss 0-2. 0-2, down, he comes right back, he wants to go down again, he takes it a little bit further, and he gets the swing and a miss. That's been the story of the night. Andy Pettitte putting the ball exactly where he wants it.
And Pettitte departs with 10 strikeouts. To a great hand here in New York. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Metro PCS, wireless for all.
For over 50 years, AMCO's been known as the transmission expert.
My car goes band adjustment, a simple fix. Car's giving me a it's a modulator.
Over the years, a lot has changed.
Car's giving me a totally your transmission. Totally.
But some things never will.
Giving a
time for a tune-up.
No, just clearing my throat.
Check engine light on? We'll check it for free. AA MCO.
The temperature is rising, but the prices are falling this month at Buddy's Home Furnishings. With pre-leased laptop computers starting at only $49.99 a month. Buddy's also has some other cool deals on window AC units, flat screen TVs, and furniture. Stop in and see our great selection of quality name brand products from Ashley Furniture, LG, Dell, Acer, Whirlpool, and more. And remember, Buddy's has a payment plan to fit your needs. For info, visit BuddyRents.com or call us toll free at 1-855-3BUDDIES.
Reel in big cash with the new Guy Harvey scratch-off game from the Florida Lottery. With over $11 million in instant cash prizes, you just might land a winner. Enter your non-winning tickets at FLALottery.com in the Sportsman's Paradise Second Chance Drawing on June 6th.
You could tell when a track works or not, if people are dancing or if they're clearing the floor.
Whether you're a rock star, people feeling good about themselves is what I strive for.
Allie was great. She cuts exactly what I wanted.
We rock the cut.
Yeah.
You're watching Fox's Sun Sports.
Andy Pettitte departs after 7 1/3, 103 pitches, and Freddie Garcia, veteran right-hander, takes over.
On for the 10th time, record 0-2, 23 innings of work.
Jose Molina. Pitch is outside. So Molina facing Garcia. Two and 0. Johnson next, and then Jennings. If the Rays can get something going here in the 8th. There's a base hit, lined out of the reach of Jeter. Well, Andy Pettitte was very good tonight. 7 1/3, 103 pitches, double figures, 10 strikeouts.
Well, very rarely missed a spot. He moved the ball around. He cut it through that little sinker away. Had the changeup working, the cutter up and in, the cutter down and in.
And Johnson sends a fly ball to right. Swisher's there and makes the catch. 2 gone.
The whole key to that outing by Andy Pettit is you can probably count on one hand how many pitches were left out over the heart of the plate. Everything was to the corner, in or out. He was outstanding.
Here is Desmond Jennings. Pitch breaks away. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Desmond. A 1-1 to count. A strike to Jennings, and now it's 1-2. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Line drive. There's going to be a base hit into right. The Rays move Molina into second base as Jennings picks up his first hit of the night. It's only the 3rd time tonight that the Rays have advanced a man as far as second base.
Well, Desmond Jennings gets a pitch here from Freddie Garcia that's elevated out over the plate. Ball stays up. He's able to get on top. The velocity only 80 miles an hour and just tomahawk that ball. Shoot that ball out into right center.
Well, the fastball is high to B.J. Upton, 1-0. B.J. shoots it into right. Swisher will make a little leap and grab that one for the out. The Rays get 2 hits, leave 2. Bottom of the 8th coming, 7-0.
I may have retired from the game, but not from being big. Good thing one car gives me full-size luxury and 36 miles per gallon, which is nice because I've got shoes that are bigger than most hybrids. And more stylish, too. If you don't know the luxurious yet fuel-efficient LaCrosse, you don't know Buick.
Now current non-GM owners lease this EPA-estimated 36 highway MPG LaCrosse for just $279 per month. Consider it a new lease on luxury.
Hey, boys, we gotta roll!
I'm not afraid to take a stand. Everybody, come take my hand.
Act of Valor on Blu-ray today.
I gladly referred some of my friends to DirecTV, and now I get $40 a month off my bill. If I'm happy with something, I'm going to tell my friends about it. You know, I've referred people to my mechanic, but he's never given me a free oil change. But with DirecTV, when I refer somebody, I get a discount, and I think that says something about them.
For every friend you refer to DirecTV, you'll get $10 off your bill every month, and so will they. Refer more friends, save more money. Just give them your account number before they call.
Important medical alert for Zoloft users. If you or a loved one use the prescription drug Zoloft before or during pregnancy and have a child born with a birth defect such as atrial septal defect, ventricle septal defect, tetralogy of Fallot, transposition of the great arteries, or hypoplastic heart syndrome, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation and future medical expenses for your child's condition.
Call 1-800-258-6214.
Time to file a claim is limited.
Call 1-800-258-6214.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Tampa Bay Rays and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
It's been all New York tonight as we play here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Crowd of a little over 40,000 here. 40,537. Cesar Ramos on the mound. He's in relief of James Shields. And Russell Martin, who hit the grand slam in the 4th inning, leads off the 8th. 1 ball, no strikes. Andy Pettitte had 10 strikeouts tonight for New York. And his battery mate, 2 for 3 with 4 runs batted in with 1 swing of the bat in the 4th. The 10 strikeouts for Pettitte tonight, the most he's had here in New York since he struck out 10 Boston Red Sox in 2003. Twice in his career, he has struck out as many as 12 hitters in a game, and one of those was against the Rays back in 2002. 10 strikeouts tonight. Two and two. Ramos opening his 3rd inning. Soft liner into center, and BJ cannot get it. Plays it on the short hop, and Martin has a base hit.
Now BJ going for broke here, trying to get that line drive, but from Russell Martin. Very fortunate he was able to come up with the scoop. Low liner. BJ hustling. Not quite.
So Martin has a 3-hit night. He's at first, and here's Derek Jeter. He takes a strike. Inside. 1-1. Jeter takes a close look at ball 2. James Shields worked 5 innings, gave up 7 runs, 5 earned on 7 hits. Ramos took over in the 6th, at a 1-2-3-6, gave up a couple base runners in the 7th, but was unscored upon. Line drive to center. This one will carry to BJ Upton, who makes the catch.
Well, let's take a look at tomorrow's starting pitching matchup presented by Chevron. Where are you, buddy? A couple of young right-handers going at it tomorrow. Ivan Nova and Alex Cobb. Nova 6-2 record. Alex 2-1. Opponent's average a little elevated for Nova and the stuff that he features.
Here's Curtis Granderson. Curveball low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch inside. 2 balls, no strikes. And with this, the shift goes into effect. Johnson moves from shortstop over to close to the normal second base position. And a strike call, 2-1. Two balls, 2 strikes. Foul ball. So the count 2-2. Just checking on Pettit. You know, we mentioned that he was 102 games over 500 in his career, and he pitched like it tonight. 7 1/3 scoreless baseball with 10 strikeouts. Strike 3 call. Granderson caught looking.
When this pitch here by Cesar Ramos is going to be right at the bottom of the strike zone. High quality. I mean, you can't place it any better than that.
You know, Pettit's one of 26 pitchers all time at least 100 games over 500. How about that?
Yeah, that is, I mean, you look at that record, impressive. Because, you know, just go back through. Look at most pitchers' records, even the great ones in their career.
Yeah.
Good ones now.
That's why of
Not
all
100+.
of the great pitchers, only 26.
Amazing.
And 18 are in the Hall of Fame. 1 ball, no strikes to Alex Rodriguez. It's fouled away.
Now coming up on Rays Live, the post game presented by Checkers, Barry and Orestes will be quarterbacking everything from the Fox studio. Joe Madden will have his press conference. You'll be let in on that. Todd Callis will be gathering interviews from the clubhouse, and Dwayne and I will break it down for you.
Yeah, because that's what we're good at, breaking things down. 1-1 the count. Pitch is high. 2-1. Well, you look at the active win leaders, and you know, Jamie Moyer had been designated by Colorado, but 269. Andy Pettit 242, and then Roy Halladay next with 192 among active pitchers. 2-2. But those pitchers 100 games over 500 and in the Hall of Fame. They're guys like Grover Cleveland Alexander and Bob Feller, Whitey Ford, our friend Jim Palmer, Christy Mathewson, Juan Marichal would be in that group. Tom Seaver, Warren Spahn, that's for Whitey there. Cy Young. And that takes care of Rodriguez. He's out on strikes. We go to the 9th. It's 7-0 New York.
It knows you. It fits you.
Phone book.
It listens to you. And with the available advanced package, it can help look out for your blind spots. The Acura MDX could be the smartest car you've driven.
Visit your local Acura dealer. Luxury, intelligently priced.
A lot of people name the cars.
Mine should be sporty.
Maybe I'll give mine a name.
Something hot.
You know, I could name it the Dragon or the Green Machine.
Oh, I'm British Racing Green, actually.
Just to show I appreciate all Turtle does.
Turtle?
Turtle gets me to work, to school.
No, I'm a cool car.
So I always fill up a Chevron with Techron.
Oh, well, in that case, yeah, I am cool after all.
Your car takes care of you. Care for it. Chevron with Techron. Care for your car.
Actually, Turtle's not bad.
It's the summer of Subway, and we're celebrating this event by offering 2 favorite subs for $2 all June long.
Talk about a game changer.
Made fresh for just $2. That's right. Get the regular 6-inch cold cut combo. Can you believe it? Or Black Forest ham for $2 each. Better for you and a great deal. The crowd favorite cold cut combo or ever popular Black Forest ham. Just $2 each for a 6-inch sub. June only. Celebrate the summer of Subway.
Now that's something we can all be thankful for.
Subway. Eat fresh.
Well, a lot of work for the Rays here. You're in the top of the 9th inning. The Yankees lead at 7-0. Well, this July, don't miss the biggest event of the summer as baseball's greatest stars battle for home field advantage in the Fall Classic. The road to the World Series begins with the 2012 Major League Baseball All-Star Game Tuesday, July the 10th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific on Fox.
Some defensive changes for New York. Dwayne Wise takes over in left field for Ibanez, and a change at second base. It's Jason Nix at second in the place of Robinson Cano. 9th inning underway. The pitch to Ben Zobrist bounces away for ball 1. Freddie Garcia gave up a couple of hits, got 2 outs in the 8th. Pettit worked 7 1/3. There's a strike. Rays continue to have trouble against lefties. The last 5 left-handed starters they've faced, they've picked up a total of 13 hits against those 5 starters. They had 2 hits tonight off Pettit in 7 1/3. Matsui will be next, and then Rodriguez. That's a ball down, and it's 2-2. So the Rays to this point have been shut out on 4 hits. And the count goes to 3-2. Popped up. First base side foul and playable for Teixeira. 1 away.
How about that? It's a little late. You better hustle up. I mean, there's a 1 out in the 9th. I want to start that a little sooner.
Matsui takes the pitch high. Can't rush creativity, though. It's art.
I can't argue with that statement.
Cut by Hideki Matsui. It's 1-1.
And I was horrible in art. Finger painting was awful. No creative bones in my body.
It's hard to believe.
I'm telling you. I'll tell you what else I couldn't do. I couldn't write. I could talk a lot. Hey,
yeah,
really? But yeah, writing, not.
You mean
it's awful.
You could physically write. I've seen you do that, but you mean creatively write.
Well, yeah, and physically. Have you seen my scorebook?
Well, have you seen mine? I mean, you know. This one is down. Your scorebook
is a travesty.
It's to serve your individual purpose.
Well, let's hope I don't have to go look anything up.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Matsui. And he is out on strikes. The 11th Ray to go down on strikes.
Well, Freddie Garcia just kept that pitch out over the plate, and it just kept tracking down. Hideki Matsui trying to follow it, just kept going. He actually may have gotten underneath that pitch. Either way, it's out number 2.
And here is Sean Rodriguez lifting a pop fly to center. Granderson makes the catch. And this game is over. 1-2-3 go the Rays. They are shut out on 4 hits tonight. A combination shutout by Andy Pettit and Freddie Garcia. 7-0 the final. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Because everybody loves free gas, we've created Gas for Life. Purchase a Florida Lotto or Florida Lotto with extra ticket of $5 or more, and you can participate in the Gas for Life promotion, where you could win Gas for Life, $50 cash instantly, or a VIP package to the Coke Zero 400, powered by Coca-Cola at Daytona, Florida Lotto, and Gas for Life. Now that's something to dance about.
How fast is your internet? Chances are it depends. If you only have one device online, you get one speed. But if you have multiple devices and you're streaming video and gaming, you get a different speed. Verizon Fios is different. It's 100% fiber optic. That means it's faster and can handle everything you do online. Fios is America's fastest, most reliable internet, period. Do you have the speed you need? Take the speed test now at verizon.com/up-to-speed.
Nobody does what Papa John's does.
You choose. For just $10, get a large pizza with your choice of any 2 toppings. That's Papa John's quality for just $10. Or for just $2 more, get any large pizza, even specialties. Plus, earn free pizza fast with Papa Rewards when you order at papajohns.com. Get a large pizza with your choice of any 2 toppings for just $10. Or for just $2 more, get any large pizza.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Rays baseball tonight has been brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. By Tampa Bay Radiation Oncology. When cancer strikes, strike back with CyberKnife and Tampa Bay Radiation Oncology. And by the 2012 GMC Sierra. It's our best Sierra ever. Rays shut out for the 2nd time this year, dropping this one to the New York Yankees 7-0. Pettit will pick up the win. Shields the loss. Took 2 hours and 45 minutes to play it. For Brian Anderson and Todd Callis, Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast. If not, the outcome. Rays Live, the postgame presented by Checkers is next. See you there.
Proud to stand on our own. Proud to be homegrown. A familiar face and a name you know. Can you hear it? Fueling the American spirit. No matter when, no matter where, Marathon will take you there. Fueling the American spirit.
Whoa, Megan Landry alert. And she's looking directly at your new Lumia. Thank you, AT&T. First, why don't you show her the curved edge? Now, move on to the slick navigation tiles. Bam, right into the People Hub. See, Megan? Colin has lots of friends.
Hey, Colin, what kind of phone is that?
What? Oh, Megan, when did you get here? Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, let's do it.
Introducing the beautifully different Nokia Lumia 900, only from AT&T. Rethink possible.
I need somebody, not just anybody. You know I need someone.
Life's better when you get the right help. H.H. Gregg Appliances and Electronics. Latest technology, lower prices, smarter associates. H.H. Gregg and hhgregg.com. We help.
Pool party at your house? Taking a little we time? At Pinch A Penny, we believe the perfect backyard begins with the perfect pool. And with more than 210 locally owned stores, over 37 years in the business, and more certified pool experts than anyone else, it's no wonder more pool owners choose us. You see, we're not just your neighborhood pool store, we're your neighbors. What's more perfect than that? Pinch A Penny, the perfect people for a perfect pool.
And welcome to the Rays Live postgame show presented by Checkers. Here is the big blow. Russell Martin, of all people, in the fourth inning goes out with the bases loaded. They were loaded on 2 walks and a single. Mark Teixeira gives him the big hand, and James Shields gets touched up in a big way. Martin with a grand slam. 4 of the Yankees' 7 runs on the night. The Rays barely put up a fight. 7-0 the final to start this 3-game series in the Bronx. So glad you could be with us. Impressed that you stayed with us. Barry LeBrock, Orestes Estrada, and we talked about it so many times. It feels like you get away with things when you keep winning games or you're staying in first place and you're not getting the fundamentals. But tonight was one of those nights where you didn't get the fundamentals, especially the infield defense keeps on popping up as a soft spot on this team. And in this game, there was no getting around it. It killed them.
No, it really did. And, I mean, it really was a situation for us, and it has been, where we kind of shored up on it. But now, all of a sudden, in the last few games, it's kind of reared its head again. Let's basically take a look at the debacle that was really that first inning, what seemed like an inning that James Shields could get out of the way. Here's the kind of what depicts the night, really. It was a play that I bet you Jose Molina will make that 90 out of 100 times, 99 out of 100, but he just kind of wailed at it a little bit, and there it goes, moves the runner over, and then a ground ball back at him. Pretty hard hit, but look at James.
He wanted it.
He wanted it. He goes, man, I could have gotten myself out of this thing. Then he basically is out of it. And a flat-footed throw by EJ, by Johnson on Ibanez. Not a fast runner here. You can see it in Joe's face. Usually Joe does not make
I agree with you.
that type of a face.
Said a lot.
So it said a lot as to what has been going on for us. Ground ball to Zoe. I mean, as sure-handed as you can get at second base in the American League. Ball did come up on him a little bit, but again, it's the footwork and some of the fundamentals in the 7th inning.
Elliott again, right? This seemed to...
This one was kind of a strange one. It's just a little flip. Again, he does this all the time, but he kind of threw it too far in front there. Zoe can't get to it. And a lot of fundamental plays here that definitely the last couple of years we were known for just shoring all those up. And that's a big number right there, the unearned runs allowed.
That's 14.2% of total runs. That's second to only the San Francisco Giants in a category that you don't want to be anywhere near the top.
Right.
And it just occurred to me when I watched that play again, the Johnson flip, there's 2 ways a second baseman could take that double play. One way, they could come across the bag.
Of course.
Okay. And I think Elliott Johnson thought that Zobrist was going to come across the bag, so he led him a little bit.
That's right.
And Zobrist was going to do the rock, where you go, toward the bag, and then you step back and you throw to first. So maybe that's just a case of those two not playing those 2 positions together too much.
No, they have. They played last year with it. So, I mean, these are kind of really, again, anomalies, but they're happening now where, they're fairly consistent, and they're costing us runs, costing us games.
And Joe Madden, that face said a lot, because that's a guy who, he doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve in the negative way. I mean, in a positive way, he absolutely does. And you rarely see him show any kind of crack in the armor. I don't want to make him like a mechanical guy, because he's not. He's an emotional guy, but usually very positive. But that face right there showed a bit of disgust.
The main reason is because, again, he knows how well Elliott Johnson can make that play, and he just caught himself flat-footed. He came up, didn't kind of bend down and go in through the throw. he kind of just threw it basically flat-footed, and it wasn't even somebody you have to speed up for.
Right,
It wasn't
right.
Cano.
Yes.
It wasn't Granderson.
That's right.
It was Raul Ibanez. So
Yeah.
it was kind of, one of those like, wow, you got to be kidding me.
Right. All right, so let's throw it back out to New York. Another way to look at this thing is that they just ran into an extremely good veteran pitcher tonight. Dwayne Stats, Brian Anderson, you had a pretty good seat for a guy who has done it so many times at that ballpark in New York.
Yeah, Andy Pettitte was about as good as you're ever going to see him or any other starting pitcher be tonight. The Rays have, granted, had their problems against left-handed starters most of the year and certainly recently, but Andy Pettitte was very good, and there's a reason he's 103 games over 500 for his career. We saw those reasons here tonight.
Well, we saw Andy Pettitte at his best. He really came out and was sharp with all of his pitches, working both sides of the plate. And I think that was, for me, that was the most impressive thing, is his ability to go in and out and never make that mistake and leave it out over the plate where the Rays could hurt him. And really, through his 7 1/3 inning, pitching into the 8th inning, was never really threatened. I mean, he really went right through this Rays lineup, and it was just a combination of pitches. It was changing speeds on the cutter. It was the curveball. It was right there, that fastball on the outside corner. Just had it all working tonight. I mean, not much you can really say. He pitches into the 8th inning, gets a tremendous send-off from the fans here, strikes out 10, gets into double digits in that category, and just threw an absolutely great game for the New York Yankees. And really, everything aside with the defensive problems that the Rays had tonight and everything else, I do not think that you're going to be able to beat Andy Pettitte tonight regardless.
Yeah, and I think the at-bat that Desmond Jennings had against him was a battling at-bat, but it really indicated how good Pettitte was tonight, because Jennings extended it to 10 pitches, worked in and out, in and out. He tried to protect in, as you discussed, the way Pettitte worked him. And finally, on the 10th pitch, Pettitte made a perfect pitch away. And so I think if you had to break it all down to one at-bat to exemplify the kind of night that this left-hander had, it would have been that at-bat against Jennings.
No question. And there were a couple other at-bats, too, where you saw Andy Pettitte go out and get ahead of hitters, boom, boom, strike one, strike two, and then all of a sudden he wants to go, to an extreme. He wants to give you a pitch that appears to be a strike and is going to be out of the zone, below the zone, on the outside corner, and he was able to make it every single time. There were a few instances Rays hitters were able to take that first pitch and you let it go, get to 1 and 2, and then go after it on the 1 and 2 count and hit a weak ground ball. So Andy Pettitte had it all working, but you're right, that at-bat's a Desmond Jennings, because it was out, in, out, foul balls. And then 10th pitch, you've seen all of the pitches, you've seen the ball coming out of the hand, and he's able to freeze you anyway. Let you know how good he was.
Yeah, Pettitte's made 5 starts now for the Yankees. He's going to be 40 years old on the 15th of this month. He didn't pitch like a 40-year-old tonight. Well, maybe he did. Maybe he pitched like a 40-year-old who had taken a year off. He's all healthy now and ready to go, because this guy was as good as we've seen him in a long time tonight. Speaking of good guys, let's go back to the studio.
I appreciate that, Dwayne. He pitched like a 40-year-old Hoyt Wilhelm. If anything, you guys get some rest. We'll check you out tomorrow for hopefully a better result from the ballpark in the Bronx. All right, there they go. And, Andy Pettitte tonight occurred to me. He pitched like a Pettitte of 7-8 years ago. This year, more of a pitch-to-contact kind of Andy Pettitte. But he was relying on the strikeout, and 7 of the 9 Rays in the lineup tonight struck out at least once.
Yeah, and he's already had a 9-strikeout game, and now he's had a 10-strikeout game, 35 1/3 innings, 32 strikeouts so far for Andy Pettitte in the season, 2.80 ERA, only 7 walks. He's just schooling the league right now and helping the Yankees in 2 different ways. Number one, Michael Pineda obviously is out, so they were needing a quality starter to fill that one of those 5 roles, and he's doing it so well. And also, you've got Jabba Chamberlain out, you've got Mo Rivera, most importantly, out, and you've got Robertson out. That means that the relief corps now is depleted, and he's using up innings. He's eating up innings, 6, 7, 8 innings.
Right.
I mean, that's a plus that goes silently through there, but it's huge.
Right, he's been huge, and you're right, that pitching staff has been absolutely decimated by injuries, and for them to be able to rely, I mean, a lot of people have to go looking for, a AAA guy or, try to make a trade for like a number 6 starter or something, but to be able to bring Andy Pettitte back and the way he's pitching as he's come back has been unbelievable. Our guy, not horrible. James Shields, though, not quite what we've expected from him, although against the Yankees this year, his ERA is up near 8. Against
Yeah.
everyone else, he's around 3.
Yeah,
Against the Yankees, he's near 8.
It seems like, a lot of things go wrong there. Obviously, the ERA being up near 8, that's not including, unearned runs, which he had tonight. But so the walks were a little bit high. He did have some, great nasty pitches, and that he beat up a few guys like Teixeira and even A-Rod. But let's take a look at overall his night. I thought early on that he was sharp. I mean, that strikeout right there, you're like, okay, I got Teixeira, I'm going to get out of this inning. And then he obviously didn't with the error. But then he had the fastball was nice and low and moving. I thought that then he missed there, and they missed there, and the base hit, bases loaded. Russell Martin, who you gave no love to before, you go, of all people, that's his 5th grand slam. But no, he's not the guy that you'd expect to bust you with a grand slam. But quality little hitter right there, and then that killed you. I mean, at that point, it's 6-0, Pettis dealing. And Shields, he just had a long day. I mean, if anything stands out, not so much the grand slam, it's the walk, really, if you think about it. 4 walks in 5 innings.
Right, of the 4 walks, 3 were unintentional. He did have 1 intentional walk, though, but all 3 guys he walked ended up coming around to score.
Correct.
And like you said, he did, have some quality pitches against some great hitters. In fact, Jeter, A-Rod, and Teixeira combined 0 for 13 tonight.
Yeah,
now you
they
go
couldn't
against the
touch 'em.
Yankees, you get those 3 guys going 0 for 13. You like your chances.
But the guy that we knew hit him well in Cano, 2 for 3.
Right.
He hit him well.
Granderson
Granderson, excuse me, Granderson, who doesn't hit him well, touched him up a little bit, and then Russell Martin also touched him.
And Russell Martin, this is just his second 3-hit game of the year. And the reason why I say Russell Martin, of all people, he came in hitting like 200.
Yeah, he hasn't.
There was a game,
You're right.
I watched the game on Saturday after the Rays game where they played the Tigers. He came in hitting 186. And they're talking about him like, what's wrong with Russell Martin? All of a sudden, a couple good games, he's up to 212. And Russell Martin just left the yard with 3 men on base. All right, we move on here. Plenty more to come on Rays Live. We'll hear from Joe Madden, as always. It was a nice night in New York. Not so nice for the Rays, though, as they lose Game 1 of this 3-game series against the Yankees. Back with plenty more on Rays Live right after a break.
With refined styling, the 2012 TL is meant to be seen. With a premium 8-speaker sound system with iPod integration, it's meant to be heard. And with an available 305 horsepower engine, it's most definitely meant to be driven. The Acura TL. Aggression in its most elegant form.
Visit your local Acura dealer. Luxury, intelligently priced.
For over 50 years, AMCO's been known as the transmission expert.
My car goes band adjustment, a simple fix. Car's giving me a... car's giving me a...
Over the years, a lot has changed.
Giving a... Time for a tune-up. No, just clearing my throat.
But some things never will. AC not cool? We'll check it for free. AA MCO.
Jumbo Laundry.
Chase provided the loan to Jumbo Laundromat in Chicago that allowed them to hire 3 new employees. Getting resources into the right hands so that small businesses can hire people and get this country moving again. It's how Chase makes a difference.
Okay, Chevy Equinox. What do we got?
32 MPG Highway, an IIHS 2012 top safety pick.
And thanks to a sliding multi-flex seat, the most rear seat legroom in its class. Excellent.
I still see you, Kyle.
Visit your local Chevy dealer today. Right now, very well qualified lessees can get a 2012 Equinox LS for around $229 a month.
Be sure to log on to FoxSportsFlorida.com and stay informed on your favorite Florida teams. Don't forget to like us on Facebook for automatic updates. FoxSportsFlorida.com.
Fox's Sun Sports is your home to experience the Rays, a team of champions. Hard-hitting baseball all season long, live on Fox's Sun Sports, where Rays fans live.
You're watching Fox's Sun Sports.
where Rays fans live.
Rays Live is brought to you by Friendly Kia. Convenient from anywhere. Like the Rays, our price can't be beat. If you drive a Kia, you'll buy a Kia. And welcome back. Our text poll question was about Hideki Matsui. We asked you how many times you'd like to see him in the lineup per week, and you told us really as much as possible.
Right.
5 or more times a week, 38%. 3 or 4 times a week, 32%. And Hideki was in the lineup tonight. Didn't do much. In fact, Matsui batted in the 4-hole, and he went 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Are you squeamish? Can you stand the highlights of this game? Not much going on for the Rays, but in case you missed any of it, we're going to bring it to you. Let's pick up game 1 of the series in the very first inning. Bottom 1. 1 out, Granderson and A-Rod on base. Cano singles right off of Shields. Shields thought he should have had it, but that's a tough play.
It's a tough play, but he's made that play. He knows.
Bases were loaded after that. Teixeira struck out, and then Ibanez saved it first. That was the big play right there. The Johnson throw in air. 2 runs coming to score. And
he knows it. I mean, he sat back literally on his heels. I mean, just sat back.
He did know that. Pettit on the mound, and you never know what you're going to get from a guy about to turn 40 on a night-to-night, on a start-to-start basis, but they got everything they could have possibly hoped for. Molina there, Johnson there, and then Jennings. He struck out 5 consecutive batters at one point, including all 3 guys in the third. Bottom 4 now, bases loaded on 2 walks and a single. Keep that in mind. He put 2 of the guys on himself, and Shields gives it up to Russell Martin.
Yeah, the one spot you don't want to throw a pitch to a righty is up and away in Yankee Stadium, because there is that jet stream to right field. I mean, it is real. And you could drive a ball that normally maybe it's a double right out of the ballpark.
And Russell Martin puts the Yanks up 6-0. Top 5, 2 outs. Molina and Scott on base. Really the best opportunity all night for the Rays. And Johnson goes down swinging. Pettit just strutting off the mound. Finished with 10 strikeouts. Bottom 5. Swisher to right.
And I talk about run creators. That's one right there. That guy's got 34 RBIs. His average has dropped, but he's still driving and running.
Nick Swisher doing it again. The Subway final box looks like this, and not much really going on for the Rays. They end up with just 4 hits, no runs, 4 hits, 3 errors for Tampa Bay, 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors for New York.
Only little silver lining. I like that DJ, that Jennings punched himself a base hit after going 0 for 3. His first game back in quite a while. Get yourself on the board, make you at least leave on a positive note. I mean, it's a small silver lining.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of elevated pitches, Freddie Garcia left that one right out over the heart of the plate. I was part of a group interviewing James Shields on Sunday about the game tonight, and it was pointed out that that jet stream goes to right field in New York, and the question was, are you conscious of it? And Shields said, yeah.
You got to be.
When I'm on the mound at Yankee Stadium, I'm conscious of that. But what I have to do is what I've been trying to do all year, and that's keep the ball down. And that pitch to Swisher, that pitch to on the grand slam to Russell Martin was elevated, and he took it right exactly in that spot, like you pointed out.
Right.
Right-handed hitter, Yankee Stadium, out and over the plate, forget it.
Jeter takes advantage of it. Teixeira, when he's hitting from the right side, it truly is a jet stream.
All right, so what else is going on? What else is going on tonight in Major League Baseball? Of interest, of course, to the Rays and the Rays fans. 2 other teams in the division getting together. That is the Red Sox and the Orioles. They're doing it at Fenway Park. This game just about to wrap up. Game tied at 4 in the 7th. Here's the big hit. Mark Reynolds, we saw him do some damage late in the weekend against the Rays. Base hit. Robert Andino scores. 5-4 Orioles. Next pitch, Steve Pearce. Base hit to right field. Adam Jones, who left the game Sunday against the Rays with a wrist injury, came back and played in this one. 6-4 Orioles lead. Bottom 9 now, last licks for the Red Sox at Fenway Park. And here's how they stand to the minute. If the Orioles win this game, if they close it out, and knowing with that bullpen that we saw over the weekend, and Jim Johnson's probably on right now, they likely will close it out, and so they will tie the Rays once again at a dead heat, 31-24 atop the East. And now, of course, you have to worry about the Yankees, who are 30-24. They have a game in hand.
You have to worry about all 4 other teams. What are you talking about? They're right there. Toronto's beating up on Chicago tonight.
That's right. So I talked about this with Joe Madden over the weekend also, and I kind of posed the question, like, how about how deep we are into the season, but it seems like we're real early in the season because of how bunched up everything is. And he said, this is how it's going to be the whole way.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, we talked about it. I've been feeling it for a while. That because after seeing Toronto, you know what you got with Boston and the Yankees. I don't care if they're in last place. They've got a lot. But I needed to see Toronto and Baltimore, and they've got a lot. So, obviously Baltimore has the pitching woes as far as starting pitching. Yeah. But they've got hitting, and they've got bullpen. Yankees have got hitting. Now they've got Pettit. They're looking all right.
Watching the Orioles this time around, I didn't feel they were as strong as I did the first time we saw them.
No, not at all. And like we talked about in the pregame and the post, their hitting has dropped a little bit. And Wieters took advantage of us, but he was struggling. He was
coming in
80, a point 70 or something. But I think when they get Markakis back in a month or so, kind of similar to us when we get Longoria back, they're going to fortify their offense. That's the catalyst of their offense, like Elo is for us. And they've got bullpen. And the teams that have strong bullpen, you look at it. The Yankees right now are fifth in the American League in the bullpen ERA. We're up in the top in bullpen. That's what's saving us. If you think about how are we maintaining, it's a couple of things. The fact that we walk a lot, believe it or not. We don't hit a lot right now, but we walk a lot, which creates runs. And our bullpen has been a saving grace.
Here's how little we hit, in fact. Over the last 11 games now, the Rays batting average is 180.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's now 11 straight games that the Rays have failed to get in double-digit hits, 3 shy of the franchise record. That's a franchise record that you just don't want to break. All right, let's head back out to New York. Joe Madden speaks after every game, and should be interesting to hear what he said in the manager's office in the Bronx.
Shields had a tough night. We had a tough night on defense. We didn't hit the ball. Pettit was very good. I'm really looking for the next 24 hours to come along.
What did you think about Pettit? Was it what you saw before?
He didn't have as much velocity, but he really was sharp with his location, I thought, and he got his cutter where he wanted to. He got his curveball several times where he wanted to be. Again, fastball velocity may be off a little bit, but he pitched to his spots really well.
Is this defensive thing a contagious thing? It doesn't seem to want to go away.
It's viral right now, man. It's a virus. We got to get rid of it. Some kind of infield antibiotic we need. I have no explanation. These guys are really good infielders. We're making mistakes that we normally don't make. We have to stop doing that. We work on it daily. It's at some point, it's almost like when you're in a slump at the plate, you can't think about it a little bit too much. I want them not to. And with that, you have to be very careful. I've talked about this before when you talk about things like this defensively, that you don't over-talk it, actually, because they do work on their infield every day, their ground balls, et cetera. So I really believe it's going to go away at some point, but for right now, it's biting us pretty good.
Joe, Shields tends to get frustrated at times. How much do you think of what happened in the first hurt him? And do you think there was any carryover there?
I really thought the big play was the walk to Ibanez after the quick out in that when Martin ended up hitting the grand slam to share a fly ball to center field. Nice quick out. And then walk Ibanez single. And then I think it was another walk to Chavez and then the homer. It really was set up by Ibanez's walk because he had hit him relatively well in the recent past. Ibanez has, and I just think that was the one at bat that set the whole thing up. I don't think it was a hangover necessarily what happened with the ground ball error. I thought it was more the way we went about pitching to Ibanez, and that led to the rest of the inning. Get to the 2-strike count on Martin and just leave a fastball up. Just a lot of bad sequences occurred in that particular time frame.
I feel like he was getting behind in too many counts.
Yeah, again, just not as sharp as we normally see him with all of his pitches. Again, you look at the numbers, maybe even the changeup a little bit too hard. I'm looking at the board, the changeup might be a little bit too hard. Again, I just think maybe over-trying is a bit of part of what I'm seeing going on with Shields right now. But physically, he's great. He's fine. I just not pitching to the spots like he normally does is when he's really good.
I guess one positive note, in a tough spot, Cesar Ramos doesn't pitch a lot, but he saved the bullpen.
45, 46 pitches, did a great job with that, and he had really good stuff. He did a really nice job, and I'm sure his confidence is going to be bolstered by that. And also, last point, I was wrong, totally wrong. I thought Hideki was going to hit the home run, and I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I felt good about him in the 4-hole. He never came up with anybody on base. It was very unfortunate, but it's forthcoming. Stay with it. Stay tuned. All right.
All right, there is Joe Madden. By the way, as I was giving the Orioles that win, saying they're up in the 9th, and Jim Johnson is in, I was saying to myself, don't say they're going to win it because you know
Kurt Gowdied them.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever Kurt said, the opposite happened. Jared Saltalamacchia, the same guy who hit the home run off Fernando Rodney in the 9th inning a couple of weeks ago, took Jim Johnson deep at Fenway, and now the Red Sox and Orioles battle on, tied at 6 in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah.
Joe Madden.
Like the clankers. He's 72 for 72. He hasn't missed a free throw. Bang, clank.
Right.
Nice job.
What do you think of the term infield antibiotic? That's what Madden says they need.
Wow. Yeah. We need to find out where you get that. But no, listen, it happens. I'm not as concerned for tonight because there are plays that are quickly shored up, quickly fixed. And that, Elliott Johnson's a very good shortstop with a gun of an arm and great range. He just got flat-footed. He knows that. There was a little miscommunication. You're absolutely right, B. As far as that second base pitch, he thought maybe Zoe was coming in, Zoe was stepping back, so a bad pitch. Again, that's easily corrected. Those I'm not so concerned about. There's some other errors that have been, the ones that I'm like, oh wow, a backhand or not positioning yourself well. But those other ones I'm not so concerned about. They're going to figure this out. They really are. They're too good a defensive team, even with what they have right now without Evan Longoria, who is a goal lover twice over. So we welcome him back when he can get back.
Did you ever have, I don't want to use the term fielding slump because that implies that something in particular is going wrong for a period of time, but did you have like errors in bunches and then you'd go 20 games without one, then you'd have 3 errors in 2 games?
And it could be a team contagion thing. It really can. I mean, I'm telling you right now, their best 2 defenders one is on the DL and Elo, and the other one is by the name of Ben Zobrist. This guy is incredible defensively.
We saw some great plays over the weekend.
And he's had a couple of errors. So it just happens, but they'll figure this out. It's a long season. I'm not so overly concerned. I'm glad that we're at where we're at with what has happened already.
Yeah,
so
good point.
Fix that. We got a chance.
We're at where we're at win-loss record, given all the messes that have been made. Infield antibiotic. They need it. First manager in history to use that term.
True.
Take that, Connie Mack and Casey Stengel. James Shields tonight goes 5 innings, gives up 7 runs, 5 earned on 7 hits. Here he is after the game in New York.
Overall, James, did you feel like you just weren't quite in control with your command today?
No, I feel like I was okay today. I mean, pretty much came down to that 5th inning right there, or 4th inning. I had a couple walks in that inning. We got some ground balls, and then all of a sudden I get 0-2 to a hitter and miss my spot. So, it's just kind of one of those games. I mean, overall, we didn't play very good baseball today all around. So,
were you trying to elevate on that 0-2 pitch to Martin?
Yeah, I was trying to get it a little higher. Just kind of left it over the plate a little bit. Just one mistake right there.
Is it hard not to get frustrated now? I mean, the fielding has not been good.
Well, I mean, it's definitely frustrating that we're not playing to our potential. We definitely gotta minimize the mistakes. On all aspects of our game, not only defense. We gotta do better on offense. We gotta do better pitching. It's just today was not a very good game.
Still at top of the division, it's.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely nice to be on top of the division. That's for sure. We're not playing our best baseball right now, and we're at the top of the division. Hopefully, we can start clicking together here.
Joe mentioned one thing about maybe overthrowing the change a little bit. Is that something you think is worth taking a
No, I
look
didn't
at?
overthrow it at all there.
And the pitch to
They didn't get one hit on the changeup today.
the pitch to Martin was a 2-seamer.
No, just 4-seam up, 4-seam fastball up. I just wanted to get a little bit higher. If I get a little higher right there, it's a strikeout.
That's not a guy who wonders what went wrong. He's
Exactly.
dead set in his mind on what happened. And I love how delicate this game is, but I usually think of it on, a fly ball to the warning track. If it hits a millimeter or 2 lower on the bat, it could get out. But it's also delicate on 0-2. He said he was trying to elevate.
Right.
Okay. So if he throws the pitch another 3-4 inches higher, maybe it's a swing and miss because Russell Martin can't catch up with it. He elevated, but not enough.
No, not enough at all. In fact, it was just too close down where you can get the meat of the bat on it, and when you're in defense mode in that type of thing. So you're just trying to put the contact in the ball, and preferably out over the plate. So if he gets that pitch, even if he moves it in, he probably jams the heck out of him. So it's just one of those. It was definitely one of those days. You know how I am about it. Here, I'm going to do it right now.
Right.
Get
going, move on.
Well, move on.
Now you have no idea what to say the rest of
Don't
the show.
worry about
that was all your notes.
Move on. Let's go.
That's all you need. The box score right there. 7-0 Yankees. All right, we're going to move on. Take one more break here on Rays Live. When we come back, a little bit more discussion on the Rays today, and as we look forward to tomorrow. There's Nick Swisher's double, 7-0. Bad guys on a cool night in the Bronx. Stay there.
Friendly Kia won't break the bank. New cars at used car prices. Now that's friendly.
I love my friendly Kia.
Ready for some kickin' chicken? Checkers flavor-loaded boxes. Try our new spicy chicken bites. Juicy white meat kicked up with cayenne pepper. Or Checkers original fun and poppable chicken bites. Both loaded with seasoned fries. Spicy or original box for just $2 unbeatable bucks. Now that's a kick. Checkers, feast on. Get a rich and creamy classic cone this Sunday. Free with any purchase.
There are a lot of cars out there. Many of them claim to have great this or great that. But what if you could put all of their collective greatness together? That would be one awesome car. The best-selling car in America, even. That would be the new Toyota Camry. Redefining the class once again. Right now, get 0% APR on the all-new 2012 Camry. Plus, get Toyota Care with complimentary maintenance and roadside assistance.
For over 50 years, AMCO's been known as the transmission expert.
My car goes band adjustment, simple fix.
Car's giving me a it's a modulator.
Over the years, a lot has changed.
Car's giving me a totally your transmission. Totally.
But some things never will.
Giving a
Time for a tune-up.
no, just clearing my throat.
Check engine light on? We'll check it for free. AA MCO.
Friendly Kia won't break the bank. New cars starting under $14,000. Now that's friendly.
I love my friendly Kia.
Rays Live has been brought to you by Florida Blue. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida is now Florida Blue, your partner in the pursuit of health. And welcome back to Rays Live, presented by Checkers. Thanks for joining us here on the postgame show. You know, Andy Pettitte came into the night with 2,263 career strikeouts. Racked up a bunch more tonight, hit double digits again, hit double digits for the first time this year. 2,273 now. For Pettitte, he's just setting the Rays down. The old veteran, swirling a beauty.
You know who he does remind me of, actually, is another veteran old Yankee known for a surgery, and that is Tommy John.
Oh.
That way, so, because now he doesn't go as hard.
You know what?
Change-ups, little sliders, cutters.
I don't like the fact that it's called Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, I hear you.
It should be called Frank Job surgery.
That's right.
What did Tommy John do? Laid on the table?
And then, by the way, he was a heck of a pitcher, and people don't remember that.
And he was a great pitcher after the surgery, too. But come on, credit where credit is due. So that's Frank Job surgery right there.
There you go.
4 hits tonight for the Rays, one of them by Carlos Pena, who was hitting out of the 6th hole. Let's hear from Carlos.
Here's a guy who's clearly on the back nine of his baseball career, but he's still got enough left on.
Did a great job, man. He was throwing a lot of strikes, and his breaking pitches were very effective today. And when they weren't strikes, they looked like strikes. So he got a lot of swings. You know, I thought he did an outstanding job. You know, we're going to tip our hats to him because he was devastating today, and he beat us.
On the play on Elliott's throw, were you anticipating something in the dirt there? I mean, what?
No, you always anticipate a ball in the dirt, always. That's the way I always prepare myself, to just make sure that I'm prepared for the worst, and then if it's a good throw, you know, easier for me. Did the best I could to pick it for him, for us, but I couldn't. I kind of got in between, that in between hop, where it's not a short hop, but it's not quite a long hop, and you just got to fight with it.
And Joe says it's almost viral right now, the fielding. I mean, it's like you guys are really good fielders, and it's just a funk that just won't seem to leave.
Yeah, this game is interesting, and it seems to sometimes go in cycles like that. Not only hitting, but defense, pitching, and our defense hasn't been up to par. Definitely we're capable of playing better defense than this. We know that, and that is the most important thing, is to understand that whatever has happened, and who we are. We are who we are today, and as long as we come to play, we bring our true selves to the park every single day. I'll take my chances with this ball club.
Was it the same style for Pettit, or was he a little different than what you remember?
I think he used a lot more that slider. It was a very almost in the curveball category. It was slower and it had a lot more depth, and it was really falling down. Kind of like falling off the table. And it was a great pitch for him today. I mean, he threw some to me that were just that looked like they were right there, and then when you swing and I look at the video, it's borderline maybe a ball, but close enough that it looks like a strike. And that's what pitching is all about. It's about illusion. It's about making a hitter believe something that is not true. And sometimes we take the bait, and most of us did today.
I like how Carlos says we just got to bring our true selves to the park every day. There was a strikeout of Pena in the 7th inning. Pettit was like chewing nails before he threw that final pitch. He was muttering to himself. He had the glove up there. He's got the 3-day beard going, and he looked angry. And then he busted off just a beautiful curveball, and Pena just had no chance.
I always refer to him, maybe Johnson, when I'm talking about that. Remember when I've talked about
Randy Johnson?
The super focus? When we were talking about Matt Moore and some of the young kids and how they have to super focus. And he's a great example of that, because Pettit, one thing, especially now, but he's had it pretty much his whole career. He bears down, and it's pitch by pitch, batter by batter. Everybody, I don't care if it's 50,000 or 5,000, zoned in, tunnel vision, and he's trying to do something with every pitch.
Yeah.
He's exceptional at that. Doesn't always accomplish it, but the tunnel vision is there, and that's something to learn.
Right, and I called him a cerebral pitcher in the pregame show, and that's, he's got the hat down to here, then he gets the glove up here, and he's just laser focused in on his catcher. I don't know that you'll see Andy Pettit in the All-Star game this year, but for the first time this year, the Major League Baseball put out the All-Star vote tallies, and we're going to take a look at the American League. As of now, who would be starting? You got 5 Texas Rangers on the field. As far as the Rays go, they have Evan Longoria, who's in 3rd place at 3rd base, and B.J. Upton, who's 15th in outfield voting. But that's it. We're going to have to rely on the pitching staff, I guess.
Wow, Texas fans, I got to applaud you. You guys are all over the place. I mean, Hamilton's a given. Beltre's having a real solid year. Questionable about Nelly Cruz. But it becomes, talk about contagious.
Right.
You go into the World Series 2 years in a row, even though you haven't won. Your fans are into you now.
Not only your fans, but all the other fans know you.
Yeah,
think of you as elite.
Good point.
A guy who was an All-Star last year, Matt Joyce, in New York at the unveiling of these guys today.
Man, when you're watching the guys like Josh play and go out there and hit 20-some home runs, I mean, it's almost like a video game. I mean, you don't even believe what these guys are doing on the field. And you know what? They're amazing players. And at the end of the day, you want to be an all-star. And, I mean, there's not a lot you can control with the votes and how it goes. But, it would be awesome to be there.
All right, so that was the American League. Here's the National League. This is pretty spread out over the league, but, again, like the World Series team, the World Series champs from last year have 2 guys here, although Carlos Beltran is a newcomer, and Yadier Molina always deserving behind the plate.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. David Wright having a phenomenal year. Carlos Beltran having a phenomenal year. There's some real good players there. That's a solid team right there.
I'll take that as my starting 8 any day of the week. Here's your starter tomorrow, Alex Cobb. He's been pretty darn consistent since he's been brought up.
I talked to Alex before the road trip, and he's really settling in. He felt real good his last start, even though it was a loss. He feels confident about his breaking stuff, and he knows that it's pitch 1. Let's hit that, like that fastball he just threw.
Yeah.
He needs to throw that one more often to get ahead and not pitch behind, because he's got devastating stuff like that little Vulcan little changeup that he throws.
I saw you talking to Alex Cobb.
Yeah.
I was thinking, what's O talking to Alex Cobb about?
Well, I wanted to know how he was feeling, and I wanted to know how his changeup is, which is it's actually a splitter / fork, and he said he learned it in A-ball. It's a fascinating pitch. When he can get ahead with the fastball, he can strike out a lot of guys. And I like the incredible major league matchup there the next day. Price, Sabathia, both pitching great right now.
Yeah, there's a couple of entertaining lefties for you. And by the way, with the loss tonight, the Rays now 8-12 against left-handed starters, and then there he is, just waiting for us. The final game of the series, one of the toughest in the business.
Yeah, but at least we have one of the toughest also in the business right now. David Price pitching as good as I've ever seen him pitch.
That's right.
So I like the matchup there. We need to beat up on Nova, who we can beat. So that's a key game. I think the swing game is tomorrow in order to lead into the rubber match.
Get Nova, the second-year guy. Tires Plus, as you know, all season long, they're donating $100 for every Rays home run, and it goes to the Children's Pediatric Cancer Foundation. And no home runs tonight, needless to say, because they got shut out. But the total for the year right now, $5,900. We're going to try to bump that to $6,000 and beyond starting tomorrow. Anything else you'd like to tell the nice people?
No, I think that tomorrow is going to be a much better day. These ones you put away, and I think you come back with a clean slate. This team is good at doing that.
Yeah.
This team is very good at doing that, so I'm expecting that.
You kind of have the feeling that this one left a bad taste in Joe Madden's mouth. You heard him in the interview saying, I just want 24 hours to pass already, so he could be post-game tomorrow probably looking at a victory. We thank you for joining us. We're going to say goodbye for the folks at the ballpark, Todd Callis, Dwayne Statz, Brian Anderson. Laura McKeeman, even though she wasn't part of the broadcast tonight, she's part of our team. Orestes Estrada, Barry LeBrock. We'll catch you tomorrow on Rays Live at 6:30.
You guys should Vanna White the Chevy Florida All-Star.
What's Vanna White?
Gesture to the mirror caps, the side step, and the shiny badge. Don't touch the chrome.
Okay, thanks. We'll just talk about the $1,500 option package discount.
Visit your local Chevy dealer today. Now qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a 2012 Chevy Silverado Florida All-Star, or trade in an eligible vehicle and combine trade-in allowance with other discounts for a total value of $5,500.
It's Depot time.
I'm Tony Stewart.
And I'm Office Depot. We save you time. Depot time.
I'm all about fast.
As a NASCAR driver,
as a business owner,
we've got new, faster technology.
Affordable?
Low prices every day.
That'll save time.
Depot time. Plus in-store technicians.
You fix computers?
Next day, guaranteed.
Wow, you're like a small business pit crew.
To save you time.
Depot time.
That's our job. Do you mind giving me a ride?
It's Depot time. All laptops and desktops on sale like this Lenovo, just $399.99.
Energy means something different to all of us. That's why the FPL Online Home Energy Survey was designed with you in mind. Energy powers our lives in so many different ways, whether we use it a little or a lot. The FPL Online Home Energy Survey helps you find ways to save money with a personalized plan that provides energy-saving tips and recommendations for FPL programs and incentives, all based on your unique patterns of energy use. Visit FPL.com/myplan and take the survey today.
It knows you. It fits you.
Phone book.
It listens to you. And with the available advanced package, it can help look out for your blind spots. The Acura MDX could be the smartest car you've driven.
Visit your local Acura dealer. Luxury, intelligently priced.
Due to the length of the previous program, we now join the following program already in progress.
That spring, as a senior, Matt helped lead the Pintos to the Class 4A state championship game.
and received his high school diploma at home plate afterwards. Moore had signed to play for the University of New Mexico Lobos, but he was really hoping to get drafted and head to the minor leagues. Soon the wait was over. Tampa Bay drafted Matt with the first selection in the 8th round, the 245th overall pick of the 2007 Major League Baseball draft.
I was actually on the phone with the Chicago Cubs as my name popped up on the board, so that was, I'm a Cub, no, I'm a Ray. So just that split, 10 seconds of little difference right there. We're about to take you with our next pick, and bam, here comes the first pick of the 8th round. And, seeing my name up there, definitely took me back for a second.
The 18-year-old from Moriarty High School was living his dream. Headed to the Princeton Rays, the first stop on a path to the big leagues.
If they had seen him more and he had not graduated at 17, if they had been in school one more year, I think he would have gone real high. I think he would have gone real high in the draft. I'm not complaining. I think he's doing pretty good. I think it worked out just fine, didn't it?
Coming up on Inside the Rays, what the future holds for Moore.
Just imagine him 25 or 26 being healthy and all the things he's going to learn between now and then and how dominating he can become.
And next, the bond of brothers and baseball.
They are the modern-day gladiators. These warriors trade paint, crush metal, and push it to the limit every race. The NASCAR Truck Series, all season long, exclusively on Speed.
Eight-time, 8-division world champion, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, with his welterweight title on the line against one of the most dangerous opponents of his career, the undefeated light welterweight world champion, Timothy Desert Storm Bradley.
Timothy Bradley says he can beat me. We'll see just how long he can last against the Pac-Man. Watch our fight live Saturday, June 9 on DirecTV pay-per-view.
Important medical alert for Zoloft users. If you or a loved one use the prescription drug Zoloft before or during pregnancy and have a child born with a birth defect such as atrial septal defect, ventricle septal defect, tetralogy of Fallot, transposition of the great arteries, or hypoplastic heart syndrome, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation and future medical expenses for your child's condition.
Call 1-800-258-6214.
Time to file a claim is limited.
Call 1-800-258-6214.
How much coffee you fellas gonna need today? 3, 4 cups?
Well, we...
Doesn't last long, does it? Listen, 5-hour energy lasts a whole lot of hours, so you can get a lot done without refills. And it's packed with B vitamins and nutrients to make it last. So, don't just stand there holding your lattes, boys. Make your move.
We'll take the 5-hour energy.
Smart move. 5-hour energy. Hours and hours of energy.
Definitely not only in baseball, but in every sport and every aspect of life I've learned from my brother. More so in, how to be a man.
One person who challenged and inspired Matt was his older brother, Bobby. He was always trying to match his bigger, faster, stronger sibling. This relationship pushed Matt to work hard every day and never settle. 3 years older than Matt, Bobby Moore was also a left-handed pitcher with a dead-eye aim. Bobby played 5 years at the University of New Mexico, redshirting after Tommy John surgery his sophomore season. Bobby was still at UNM when Matt was drafted, and soon the brothers were living parallel baseball journeys.
A lot of the things I experienced, he was experiencing, or vice versa. There were times where I was in college where I asked him how he handled certain situations, and I would incorporate that in my game, and vice versa. So it was great. It was a great time period for us because we were kind of at the same level as far as what we were working on.
As the once antagonistic boys grew to be men, their relationship matured as well.
I know
younger, they fought a lot. They would wrestle in this living room all the time, breaking things. And their relationship, I think, has grown, and they're both there for each other no matter what. They're always talking or texting. Every day they have a conversation of some sort.
It's definitely a nice thing to grow old with him, and now we're kind of speaking on the same terms as far as maturity levels. He doesn't quite look at me as a young dumb brother anymore.
He's right. I mean, our relationship has evolved to the point where we wind up talking a lot about life situations, a little bit about baseball, but just kind of being there for each other.
As Bobby finished up at New Mexico, Matt was advancing quickly through the minor leagues. After spending 2 seasons with the Princeton Rays, Matt moved to Bowling Green in 2009 and on to Charlotte in 2010, leading all minor league players in strikeouts both seasons. When the 2011 season opened, Matt had made it to the Rays AA affiliate in Montgomery. And it was a Biscuits road game in Mobile, Alabama that made for one very special June night for the entire Moore family.
Star number 14 of the season for left-hander Matt Moore.
It's my brother's birthday, first of all, June 16th. My mom, my dad, my sister-in-law, and my brother were in town. And just so happened my birthday is June 18th, his is the 16th. They wanted to make a trip out. I said, I'm gonna be in Mobile. And they came out to hot and muggy Mobile.
1, 2, 3 go the Bay Bears in the 4th inning. Still searching for their first hit of the game against Moore.
Well, first of all, I'm a girl, so I really didn't know that it was going on for a while. I just kept watching the game and I needed to go use the restroom. So I got up and my husband told me to sit back down, that I couldn't go because he didn't want anything to change with the no-hitter. So I didn't know that, so I sat back down and I waited patiently till the game was over.
5-0 Biscuits, bottom of the 7th. Moore has gone 6 2/3 and not given up a base hit.
I mean, you're on the edge of your seat, you're on pins and needles. The team he was pitching against had a guy who was going to be a big leaguer within a month, Paul Goldsmith. Matt went through that lineup like a hot knife through butter.
The kick and another 2-2. Curveball, big bouncer over the mound. Charging O'Malley, takes it with a bare hand and throws the first in time.
And it was a do-or-die play, and he threw it, landed on his chest, and then you got Riggs over there scooping it, not even looking, just perfect. You have to have a play like that in a game where there's a no-hitter to be thrown.
The odds are, maybe 1 in a million he throws a no-hitter. 1 in something 10 times or 100 times that we're all there to watch.
Moore strides home with the first one. It's a fastball, bounce back to the mound. Moore's got it, throws the first in time, and Matt Moore has thrown the first no-hitter in Biscuits history.
Obviously, when he got the last out, I can't even remember what happened, but I know I was really excited. He came over to the side. I was able to give him a hug and tell him I was proud of him and that I loved him, and so it was a moment I'll never forget.
Moore's June no-hitter was just the kickstart of big moments for the young left-hander. On July 10th, he pitched in front of over 35,000 fans at the All-Star Futures game, where he registered 100 miles per hour.
Liddy waiting on it, and then that's not fair. That is not fair.
July 22nd, he made his AAA debut with the Durham Bulls. And 5 days later, he tied the Bulls' AAA strikeout record by fanning 13 in one game.
Fastball outside corner, called strike 3. Matt Moore has tied a Bulls AAA record with 13 punch-outs.
After the Bulls' playoff run was done, Moore thought he was headed home to New Mexico. But then came the call.
Holy cow, that's what I thought. I always believed it and I always wanted to hear it, but to actually hear those words for the first time is, you're going to the big leagues is like a feeling I'll probably never ever have again.
You're thinking, okay, it's coming. You kind of already programmed yourself for, maybe he'll make the team out of spring training next year, and boom, it's there. All that hard work went for something.
Finally, on Inside the Rays, success in the making.
And the sky's the limit for that guy. Just watching him go about his business on days that he's not pitching, he's got it.
At Tires Plus, we'll cut your costs, not corners. And that's a big plus for everyone. Along with our guaranteed low prices, we have the name brand tires you want and expert total car care services. And that'll save you lots of time and money down the road. Tires Plus. The plus is in everything we do.
Catch the Rays take on the Marlins on Father's Day, Sunday, June 17th for Papa-Palooza. And then see ZZ Top, Three Doors Down, and Gretchen Wilson. And hear hits like Sharp Dressed Man. Every girl crazy about his sharp dressed man. Legs. Kryptonite and more. Visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets today.
Whoa, Megan Landry alert. And she's looking directly at your new Lumia. Thank you, AT&T. First, why don't you show her the curved edge? Now, move on to the slick navigation tiles. Bam, right into the People Hub. See, Megan? Colin has lots of friends.
Hey, Colin, what kind of phone is that?
What? Oh, Megan, when did you get here? Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, let's do it.
Introducing the beautifully different Nokia Lumia 900, only from AT&T. Rethink possible.
Angie's List is essential. I automatically go there.
At Angie's List, you'll find reviews on everything from home repair to healthcare, written by people just like you.
If you want to save yourself time and avoid a hassle, go to Angie's List.
At Angie's List, you'll find the right person to do the job you need.
And you'll find the right person quickly and easily.
I'm busy, 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 busy. Thank goodness for Angie's List.
From roofers to plumbers to dentists and more, Angie's List. Reviews you can trust.
Oh, Angie? I have her on speed dial.
After calling up top pitching prospect Matt Moore in September of 2011, Tampa Bay wasted no time getting the young left-hander his first major league experience. 3 days after he got the call, Moore entered the Rays-Orioles game at Camden Yards in relief, and his delivery impressed.
And he threw the first pitch, and I turned to Dave Martinez and I said, I thought he threw harder than that. And I looked up on the board, it was 95. I went, oh my word. And then he threw another pitch and it was 96. And it's so effortless.
3 days later, Moore was on the bump again in an all-important AL East showdown in the bottom of the sixth in Fenway Park. He got into trouble early, but Joe Madden and Jim Hickey left him in. And in time, Moore found his way out.
I think that was where it clicked to me. Like, I saw a few swing and misses at some pitches that had always been swung and missed at, and okay, this guy just got the name that I know on the back of his jersey. The strike zone is fairly similar to what I'm used to, and credit Joe and Hick a lot for for leaving me in there and definitely getting out of me what came.
Saw him become much more comfortable. I saw him become much more confident, and by the end of that game, at least in my mind, I really believed that he thought he could pitch here also.
As Tampa Bay fought to close in on the AL wildcard spot, was the timing right to start the 22-year-old southpaw? The Rays decided yes. And where would be better to see what Moore was made of than beneath the bright lights of Yankee Stadium?
I had never even been to the city, and here I am, first time in the city, in the Bronx, pitching on the mound.
On this September night, conditions were ideal for the young gun. When Moore took the hill in the bottom of the first, he had a 3-run cushion, and the offense kept coming. A total of 15 runs for Tampa Bay.
And a swing and a miss, a fastball at 96, up and right by Jeter.
He made the transition to the big leagues look easy, holding his poise throughout 5 innings of work.
And first thing I tell him when I come in the dugout is, you're lucky I'm not on that lineup. I would have hit you. And just kind of shrugs his shoulders, kind of smirks. I'm like, oh, this is all right. I like it. He didn't get offended. But after that Texas start, though, I walked back over to him. I said, all right, you might get me out.
That start in Texas? Only Game 1 of the American League Divisional Series. The Rays had made the playoffs and chose to give the ball first to Moore, making him the least experienced pitcher in Major League Baseball history to start a playoff game.
We're heading out to the bus after the workout, and they grabbed me and like, hey, come on in the room. And somewhat in the back of my mind, I had a feeling, why else would they be calling me in the room? Let's just talk about the game plan at least. And turns out the ball's mine, 4 o'clock the next day.
And I asked him, I said, are you okay with this? And he said, they're not asking me to do anything I'm not good at. So you got to figure he's got it under control right there.
When you make the decision to play him in a game like that, that's probably the overriding factor. Not that he throws 95, but can he handle the emotion of it? Can he handle the stage, the lights, whatever? And we thought that he could, and he did not disappoint.
It was a playoff game on the road, but Moore's composure held. The rookie looked like a veteran, moving through the Rangers' impressive lineup with ease, allowing no runs on 2 hits in 7 innings.
It was loud. I mean, I definitely heard the roar, but it's one of those things where as long as I can pay attention to what I'm doing, you know, and if you can be quiet enough between your ears and repeat the process of whatever it is that pitcher does, you're going to hear the roar. But if you can hear what's going on between your own ears more so than the roar, at least for me, that's what helps it work out a little more. That's the moment every ball player wants to be in. I was fortunate enough to get the opportunity to do it in my first 15 days in the big leagues.
It was only 2 big league starts and just over 19 innings of work, but the Rays liked what they saw in Matt Moore and wanted to make sure he'd be in Tampa Bay's rotation for years to come. In December of 2011, the Rays signed Moore to a 5-year, $14 million contract.
As we've said many times before, for us to have any chance of sustaining this level of success, it's very important for us to develop championship caliber players and people like Matt.
The line between winning and losing at a major league level is a fine one, and even the most seasoned pitchers will need to navigate some bumpy stretches along the way. But the Rays know this is a marathon, not a sprint, and they believe in Matt Moore. They believe the powerful left-hander has all the tools needed to craft a long, successful big league career.
He's got a great work ethic. That's one of the things I look at.
The sky's the limit for that guy. He's one that he's not going to say a whole lot. He's going to listen to everybody, and that's going to help him out in the long run.
He's only 22. He's going to continue to get better. So people, if he doesn't do well on occasion, please be patient and understand this is going to keep getting better and better. Just imagine him 25 or 26 being healthy and all the things he's going to learn between now and then and how dominating he can become. He's a wonderful, unique young man as a person, and I think he's the same as a pitcher.
Daytona Beach is more than a beach. It's your widest smile in years. Visit WowDaytonaBeach.com.
What we're doing is we're practicing a television program. It's going to be on that channel that's called FX. Should be thoroughly entertained.
Seen the signs on the passers-by, something's got to give. Can't be free, but it's good for me. But this good thing comes along, and I can't deny too long. I need you to set me free. I need you to set me free.
Geico. Saving people money on more than just car insurance.
UFC hits Bank Atlantic Center in Fort Lauderdale on Friday, June 8th with an ultimate night of non-stop action. Flyweight contender Demetrius Johnson and Ian McCall battle for the right to fight for the first ever UFC flyweight title. Plus, Eric Silva takes on Charlie Brenneman. Also, Josh Neer versus Mike Pyle. UFC and Harley-Davidson present the Hometown Throwdown. Live from Bank Atlantic Center in Fort Lauderdale, Friday, June 8th. Tickets on sale now at the Bank Atlantic Center box office and Ticketmaster.com.
A shortened season, jam-packed with epic highlights.
LeBron with a two-hand jam on the alley-oop.
It was like the fans were craving the moment to get back into that arena.
A team playing with cohesion and determination.
If this team can get what they're doing now and do it in the playoffs, I'm not sure they can be stopped.
And a star who had a season to savor.
LeBron jumped over a human being.
LeBron jumped right over Lucas. Wow. Goodness.
Not only are the Heat still top dogs, but LeBron James is the most valuable player.
He is unstoppable. Protecting their home.
Wade puts up a tough shot. Got it! Dwayne Wade in his house.
Only one thing matters.
It's just one-minded, one issue, one goal. Go get the trophy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Inside the Heat. I'm Eric Reed. The 2010-2011 season ended on June 12th when the Dallas Mavericks won the NBA championship here in Miami with a Game 6 victory, ending the Heat's quest for the crown. For the Heat, the start of the 2011-2012 season could not come soon enough. However, just after the NBA draft, the offseason and the next season were put on hold July 1st, 2011 with an NBA lockout. And until a new collective bargaining agreement between the owners and players could be reached, the NBA was at a standstill.
The NBA lockout continues, day 132.
The players and owners met for 5.5 hours. They are still miles apart.
The first 2 weeks of the season have been canceled.
After 161 days, the NBA lockout officially ended on December 8th. The season would be condensed to 66 games. Training camp, along with free agency, would begin almost immediately.
It's good to be back on the court. You know, to hit the ball, bounce, and to see your teammates.
We got 2 weeks, and we have to get guys signed. We have to start the season hitting the ground running.
The Heat signed free agent forward Shane Battier.
When they got Shane Battier, you said to yourself, lockout shortened season, ready to go NBA veteran.
The Heat also signed veteran center Eddie Curry and rookie free agents Terrell Harris and Mikal Gladness to complete the roster. 2 weeks and 2 quick preseason games later, it was opening day on Christmas Day. The Heat at Dallas to start the 2012 NBA season.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Enjoy. The NBA is back.
The Heat was waiting a long time for that Dallas game. Let's face it, everybody is anticipating this game, and the Heat was jacked up.
Nowitzki forces it blocked by Wade. The defense continues to impress. James to Bosh, and the finish. Boy, that's a nice-looking fast break.
The Heat obviously were ready to play, and they had a chip on their shoulder, obviously, from the year before, losing at home for the championship. And they came out gangbusters. We're up 30-something in that game.
Chalmers, alley-oop. James, oh, what a play to Wade.
James' 37 points led the Heat in their rout of the defending champions and also broke the Heat record for points in a season opener set by Tim Hardaway in 1999.
Live from American Airlines Arena, it's the home opener.
To have Boston in the Heat's house at any time is a volatile environment, which makes for great basketball.
The atmosphere was electric. It was like the fans were craving the moment to get back into that arena and just cheer their team.
Allen met at the rim and blocked by Wade. Loose ball, Daniels had his pocket picked. Back with it, Cole. Inside, Bosh, left hand jam, Bosh!
In a tight game, it's not LeBron shooting the basketball. It's not Dwayne shooting the basketball. It's this rookie.
Cole, dribble, drive inside, runner, got it! Oh, the kid looks so cool.
And he scores 14 of his 20 points in the fourth quarter.
It was one of those nights where LeBron and D-Wade kept finding me, and I kept stepping in and knocking it down, and that helps our team.
Cole, step in, jump shot, got it again! Oh, the kid is stone cold!
Without Norris Cole in his first home game as a true professional, the Heat don't win that game.
At Charlotte the next night, the Heat would overcome a 15-point deficit on a last-second shot by Wade.
For the win! He made it!
Then against Minnesota, a last-second pass from LeBron on his birthday led the Heat to a win.
Wade to the basket! What a play!
Oh, my!
Wade running off a screen.
D-Wade, that's 2 game winners back-to-back, right?
Absolutely, it is.
Good for him. I like it.
Back at home, the Heat blow out the Bobcats by 39 to improve to 5-0. One night later, they suffered their first loss to the Hawks.
We dealt with what we'll see, probably inevitably, quite a bit from here. They went to the zone, and it affected us.
Looking to bounce back, the Heat routed the Pacers behind 33 points from LeBron James, despite suffering an ankle injury.
I was able to find my teammates. They was able to knock down shots, and I was also able to get myself going. It was a good quality win for